Alrighty, well, welcome back to Pax Mithdosica. It's been 2 weeks because the evil demon of scheduling has reared its ugly head. So, I'd like to give... would anyone like to give a recap as to where we are? Because it's been a little bit.
We went into
Will I get
kind of
inspiration if I do
the
it?
Feywild-ish, and then it turns out the Green Rider came. Well, yeah, the Green Rider. We know. We just can't say it was actually the Green Rider. He came and...
Why can't you say it's the Green Rider?
Because then we'll get in trouble.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we are not allowed to tell our greater objective to anybody.
I see. Okay. Continue then.
Yeah, he gave 3 separate towns this boon of like a hedge that protected everyone. And then everyone's like, we should start worshipping this Green Rider god.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's... What is it?
Yeah, they put him up with like the saints.
They did.
Yeah. And we ran into this cleric. And if we kill him, then it will go down pretty bad. Because then we'll have to massacre 3 entire villages.
Potentially.
Yeah, and that won't bode well.
Yeah.
I don't know if it was Grania's observation or someone else's, but it doesn't. Didn't we learn that also this place is becoming more and more fey, like over
Yes.
time?
Yeah,
Yes. I believe it was Grania through the Fluttering One.
Yeah, and I believe we got a slight hint towards that from the Black Dog.
Yes. So there are 4 towns inside this great thistle patch, this thorn barrier. The 4 towns are Slupka, Polsny, Turek, and Mogilino. Slupka is where you spoke to the self-proclaimed governor. Then in Turek, this is where you met Father Duzion. And in Polsny is where you spoke to the Black Dog. You've just spent the night in Turek. You were put up inside the village by, generous locals, seeing you as all judges of the empire, servants of the emperor. And you got a good night's sleep. So, after a single evening of rest, what would we like to do?
Well, here's what Primius is going to do.
Well, it's bright and early in the morning. You can hear the smell of, campfires, people walking around. You were all, staying in a barn offered to you by a local. So, you get up from the hay and can stretch.
So, this is legitimately the best thing I can think of without,
Well, no one else in the barn is awake, so you can just do the thing. You don't need to...
Oh.
Wait, everybody's asleep?
Well, he just woke up. He said he was waking up early in the morning and doing this thing, so...
Okay, so I'm gonna go to find the cleric, probably in his...
Oh no, he's gonna kill him.
Thing.
Okay, you make your way to
wait.
the... Yeah?
I would have set an alarm spell.
This is retroactive, so I'm gonna say roll an int check.
I know, I would always, when I'm like in a
don't
pace...
care. You should have said it in advance, then ooh, that sucks.
Yeah.
So anyways...
You didn't give me the opportunity?
Yeah, I
To
am
be
giving
fair,
you
you've
the
never said
opportunity.
you've done. It's not like a thing you said. Oh, every time I sleep, I set an alarm.
You're gonna get the opportunity. Roll an int check, and it's going to be versus Prometheus' stealth.
Okay.
He's a dex pally.
Wait,
though.
also this doesn't matter, because alarm doesn't apply to creatures that you would... alarm only applies to creatures that you choose to be affected by it. And I don't know why you would have your
Well,
own
this
party
night
members
I
set
would
off
have
the alarm.
excluded him, because he said he wanted to kill that guy.
Oh, no,
but I guess
what
this
the-
is...
So true. So
Hey,
true.
Well,
yeah,
I mean,
okay,
I actually
also he
would've,
beat you on the
but-
stealth check, so...
Anyway,
Anyway,
but let's just say I forgot to...
you forgot to exclude.
I just coincidentally forgot to exclude this crucial character.
He did.
Yeah,
So
I mean, it
Prometheus,
is actually like,
you
it is what it is.
exit the barn and you make your way out. It's despite being almost even before the sunrise, people are still walking the streets of Turek, heading out to the fields, chopping down trees, etc. To maintain the village. And you make your way up to the lone shrine here in town. A couple people are doing just quick little morning prayers in front of the golden altar with its swatch of green cloak and other religious iconography. Father Duzion is not inside the shrine this morning. Only Mother Marian, the second cleric, who didn't say much during last night's... Well, I guess you weren't there. So you just see a woman in darker brown robes with golden glowing eyes.
Hello.
She looks at you.
I'm-
Hi.
I'm looking for Father Duzian.
I suspect he's sleeping.
I need you to bring him to me. This is a matter of top importance.
Alrighty. She will, exit the shrine without much further questions. She's not the type to get into an argument with the judge. And she'll come back about 15 minutes later. Father Duzian is not in his clerical robes, since, it's early in the morning. He's not coming here for an official talk. He's in a simple toga made of white cloth, very standard for, someone of even the lowest ranks in the church. And his eyes glow with a pale gold.
Father Duzian, is it?
Yes.
Well, the situation that has unraveled these 4 towns is quite shocking.
Yes. Miracle.
It is yet to be proven, but at the time I would ask you to refrain from hasty generalizations such as that.
I assume, based on your eyes, you've read the holy texts?
Of course I have.
When Saint Captiosan received divine inspiration and wrote down the Captiosan Creed, did he question the words of the Lord and say...
Silence, cleric!
No.
Point is,
You're an inquisitor, are you not? You speak with the authority of one.
I do.
Well then, I will not be silenced by an inquisitor. The fact is, I've received divine inspiration.
Well, the point is, you need to accompany me and my band to the capital and explain the situation to the head of judges.
Ah, and what is your rank in the church again?
The church?
Yes. Are you an archpresbyter? Perhaps an archimandrite?
What is my rank at the church?
None.
None. I have no rank.
Ah, well, then I'm afraid that I cannot bow to you.
That is, afraid, not your decision.
It most certainly is. I am a servant of the Almighty, the one true God. I do not follow the orders of secular authorities.
And I am a judge of the Empire.
Yes. A judge, then, not an inquisitor. That explains why you have no rank in the church. Well, find an archpresbyter. I believe there's one in Patricia. I'd be more than happy to undertake anything he requests of me. If it is to be the realm of the Department of Faith, I'm more than happy to defend myself.
So be it then. And I will leave.
Okay. As you leave the shrine, the 4 or 5 people who had been just doing quick morning prayers, I kind of stopped to listen to this conversation. The woman who did not speak during the initial sermon also just sort of watching off to the side. And the Father Duzian just watches you go.
read what Yogi said.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
I don't know, bro.
You return to the barn, and you guys all awake about an hour or 2 later. So what do you want to do this morning, guys?
I don't know. Seems like we kind of explored most things now.
Yeah, there's only the town of
Same
Magilno.
city?
What'd you say, Yogi?
I think we're missing that last town. We'll know.
Yeah, I mean, so,
And then
what is our
someone wanted
goal
to talk
here?
to the
What are we
dog
trying to
again.
achieve within this thorn boundary?
Oh yeah, I will have informed them of the interaction.
Well, I'm curious how that would go. So you're all in the morning eating breakfast provided to you by your hosts. Permius looks a little bit unhappy. What do you share, Permius?
That I went to talk to the cleric.
Just
He
talk.
seems unkeen. I'm smart enough to realize that we can't go about slaying individuals.
Yeah, that's not part of our secular enforcement.
Yes. But when I tried to enforce the secular law and detain the cleric, he denied it and said that the only way we could get him to extract from here is if we get a decree from the Department of Faith. So, at this point, getting him to leave by our accord without resorting to violence seems near impossible. Unless any of you have any accordance with anyone in the Department of Faith that I don't know about.
I kind of assumed you would, considering your family.
Being related to Aurelian Soul does not mean I know everyone in each department.
Of course, of course.
Can't you just say that and that you outrank him by birthright?
I mean, it's kind of well known
I
that
don't
I'm a
think
judge.
that's accepted.
And it's also not accepted because that's just not true. That's just not how the Empire works.
Otherwise, we'd have some pretty wacky churches all over the place.
Zennius, you missed the much more simple theological arguments you had back in your little convent. All this shit about, like different rankings of authority in secular versus religious law and how the emperor's family gets into like religious, all this shit's complicated, man.
So how much can you get away with if you're directly related to the emperor?
Yeah, kind of true, actually. That's a fair question. It's actually a good question.
That probably depends.
Well then,
Are you in his
Gotten
favor?
away with a lot, right?
it is worth thinking what our goal is to actually achieve here. The letter we had indicated there was a problem. Now the locals are telling you there isn't one. Is there a problem here that needs dealing with?
Not
Yes.
secularly, I don't think.
I don't think it's something that we can deal with. I
Wait,
think that
is there a law that would...
you're the law guy.
Yeah, that's what I'm asking. Is there a law that makes it our duty to kill the black dog?
Your duty? Well, no. But you don't need to make a check on this since, yeah, you are the law guy. You are a scholar of imperial law. There are a number of secular witchcraft laws in the Empire. Witchcraft is one of the least defined things because obviously, there are warlocks in the Department of Magic. There are wizards in the Department of Magic. Does that make Zendius or Grania, engaging in witchcraft? The reality is that witchcraft is almost always decided on a case-by-case basis. But what's around you, this thorny everything and all of that could easily fall within the realm of witchcraft. Now, it could be disputed in court. They could be like, no, actually, it's not witchcraft. It's a blessing by the emperor, which is certainly what they would do. But, yeah, under secular law, this could fall well within the bounds
When
of
is
witchcraft.
witchcraft is like one of those old laws that's not enforced anymore?
No, it's
Or-
enforced all the time. It's literally just, is
Okay.
this a non-mainstream form of magic that we believe threatens the empire? If yes, this person is now burned alive.
Well,
So
I-
who would we be
That would be the Green
taking
Rider.
in
though. Nobody
responsibility?
else
That
is
would
doing
be
it.
Well, it'd likely be the thorns
Darren, right?
itself and then all the fae present within it.
not the people who worship it. That would just be trying
that gets well into religious law, unfortunately.
Religious law again,
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah, the
I-
borders are quite flimsy.
Yeah, they
but
are.
I would highly recommend that. What is it? We're careful about what we enforce because if we just go this is definitely witchcraft. Also, no one's gonna leave willingly.
Yeah, it's
uh,
paradise.
As an imperial, if I was an imperial legionnaire, would it be illegal for me to just leave this be?
If you were an Imperial Legionnaire, no, as an Imperial Legionnaire, you'd have no duty to do anything here at all. You could just leave.
Assuming I'm deployed into hostile territory.
Again,
Basically, I'm asking you.
yeah,
does
the letter
file
you
that-
received, all it said was that there's a problem. Now you're being told there isn't one. If you're really not sure what to do here, then you guys could always send for clarification to the Master of Judges, or speak to someone in Patricia. It's a very close by city. Or you could say, hey, this isn't our problem. Or the second decision, which is we need to stamp this out and obliterate like this, alien influence on our plane of existence.
Well, we can't do that.
Why?
Well, not yet, at least. Because
okay.
I don't need a whole Look, man.
You're a conquest paladin.
Do I really
Conquer
need to
land.
justify why obliterating 4 towns is like a bad?
Well, maybe that's not what it takes to like obliterate the influence. But I mean, maybe it is. Either way, it seems like we've reached a standstill. We're not quite sure where to proceed on our own. So, what do you want to do?
I think we
I think we should
just
send for the head of judges, or not to like bring him
No.
here, but like consult by him.
Do they have an arcanist in here?
No.
Okay.
it's worth sending.
Communication to Nauseus using the priority couriers would probably take 4 days. 2 days to get there, 2 days to get back.
Yeah, we could either do that.
Is there anything we have time sensitive right now?
I don't know. I mean, the only 2 tasks, unless you have any personal stuff, the 2 tasks you were given was to resolve this thing and then go to Lubel to investigate the Arcanist Genticia, the lady who was investigating the Green Rider before you.
Did we get the piece of Green Rider cloak out of the church yet?
You did
No.
not.
But that's kind of why I wanted to like detain him and bring him to the head of judges so we could get that and also just slide him over to the Department of Faith and have him annihilated.
Once that happens, you'll probably never see him again.
Disguise kit.
I didn't hear what you said.
Do you have a disguise kit?
No.
Huh. Do any of you have any type of disguise kit or something the like? That would
Couldn't we
be.
just look? He said, what is it? He would leave with us willingly if we got the note from like an Archimandrite, wasn't it, Alex?
Basically, he's a presbyter, which is literally the lowest rank in the church structure. So he said archpresbyter as well as archimandrite. Literally anyone higher rank than him in the church.
Okay, so
So there's a shit ton of those people, right?
Yeah, literally any major city should have at least like 20 people higher rank than him.
How long
Yeah,
would
but
it take
not
us
here.
to get that document?
It depends on a lot of factors, but the city of Patricia is literally like I think 2-hour ride. No, well, yeah, 2-hour ride from your city. So,
Okay.
And it has
Um,
one.
So by the end of the day, we
Should,
could get
yeah.
this letter to him.
yeah, assuming that now you do know that Patricia was recently raided by the dragon. That's where the Edict of Patricia came from and all that stuff.
Well, I wasn't leaning that way. I have a forgery kit.
Ooh, yeah, then you could, yeah.
So I just don't want to. I don't want to be like 10 minutes later. Actually, we do have this because then it's
Then yeah,
flag.
Archpresbyter would be easy. Archimandrite would be easy. Probably not Ecclesiarch or High Ecclesiarch because both those are going to be very well known. But the Archimandrite
Wouldn't it
of
be
Patricia
easier?
should be easy enough.
wouldn't it be easier if we just sent a letter to the head of judges through the 4-day thing and just be like, oh, by the way, we need a letter from like an Archimandrite or higher to get this guy
Archpresbyter,
out here.
yeah.
Archpresbyter or higher, and then he could just be like, yeah, whatever, send it.
Well, we're not on the Department
Yeah,
of
he
Faith.
can't get
This
you that.
isn't-
Oh, he can't get us that. Okay.
He's not a member of the
Yeah,
Department.
we're not. It literally says in our mandate we're only supposed to enforce the secular laws of the empire.
Well, I'm sure getting
We
a
can
piece
report.
of-
No, we can report this to somebody else, to like the church, and they will enforce it. But forging something and then enforcing it in that forgery, or even if we had a real writ of authority by an archimandrite or whatever, that would still go against our mandate. We would still be enforcing a religious law.
This is all accurate. Yeah.
I was
least
under the
bu-
assumption that if it was under the guise of getting like the tattered cloth that he has of the Green Rider, then it would be okay.
You could just get a warrant to seize it, but then you're seizing a religious artifact, and then the Department of Faith needs to be involved. you're reaching the part where Cerberus's 3 heads are starting to like bite each other while you're trying to function within the bureaucracy.
So I think we should basically just send a letter to the head of judges, explain to him the situation, and wait for a response.
Okay.
Is anybody
Yeah.
against that?
I think that's kind of the
Are
best
we
thing.
staying here for 4 days? I'm a little
Yeah.
worried about that.
They don't have a problem.
We can
with
go
us
back to
staying.
Patricia.
Yeah.
If you prefer that, if you feel more safe over there. I know I would.
Does this feel a little bit crowded in this area, Harkin? With
The town
vines
you're
closing
in.
and
Oh no, the walls aren't closing in. If that's what you're asking, no.
I just mean for my my like flaw.
Oh no. I think these spaces are way too big. The tunnels are a little bit creepy, but these huge these huge open caverns, no, these are fine.
Did Grania share that it's slowly shifting into?
No,
the
intentionally
Feywild?
not.
Okay.
Yeah, I remember last
because-
session. I was like, oh, by the way, Dota, are you sharing that? He's like, nope.
I'm just worried, like, well, obviously this is out of character because Primius doesn't know this, but I'm worried that if we leave and come back, something will have changed.
Well,
Well, we know that if this, we can sort of intuit a little bit that Fey shit is timey-wimey, so stuff could be very different.
a very small reminder, because this was mentioned in one line of dialogue, so it wasn't super drawn attention to, but when you, along this line of thought, when you guys first arrived here, you were told by that little, like, 17-year-old gate guard that it had been a couple days since, Tabrashan forces were in the area, but Huba's raid happened almost 3 months ago.
Yeah, let's
So if
get
we
out of here.
leave and try to come back.
Let's go to Patricia and send the letter from there.
I think part of me worries that if we leave, we're not gonna come back. It's gonna be like everyone is some sort of strange Fey zombie by the time we come back.
That's kind of why I don't want to leave.
Well, that doesn't seem to be like a. We need to find. If we would need to find the root of this Fey thing.
But then if we do that, we're technically enforcing religious law. No?
Not necessarily.
No, it's secular laws. Witchcraft is secular law.
Yeah, we would have to just ride on the witchcraft line, I think.
So we could either try to act on
And, like-
witchcraft law and try to find the root of this thing and destroy it, which might get us into trouble with a militia here that might already be willing to attack us.
Well, if I remember right, their militia is a combination of like old guys and like 14-year-olds.
Yeah, the old
Yeah,
guys are gonna be
it's
scary.
not about the fact. I mean, obviously I could just fireball them, but
No!
do we really want to kill them?
No!
Not really.
Exactly. I'd like to
I
avoid
could-
that if possible, because
I
they
could
seem to
try
be like
to-
under control of somebody.
I could try to suggestion somebody to lead us to the source.
What if they don't know where it is?
Well, it would have to be someone that does, right? If we think anyone does.
Yeah, but I don't think anybody does.
Okay.
The only one who I think would know would be the cleric, and that guy definitely has a semi-high wisdom if he's a cleric.
I don't know
Right.
if he knows anything. I think he might just be entirely fucking beguiled.
Where is the offering place, or is it with just wherever?
The offering place for the shrine is inside, in front of the strip of cloth. There's because they're doing all the normal Aurelian Soul offering traditions, so they burn up prayers and stuff like that. So it's just in a little basin in front of the strip of cloth.
I mean, is he a paladin? Can't you like? I don't know. Divine Sense is a limited amount of uses with a limited amount of range. Is there anything else you could do that makes this a bit, that could make lead us towards the thing we're looking for?
It only lets me know that certain creature types are within a 60.
He's not saying the
radius.
Divine Sense feature. He's asking if you have any other features or spells that allow you to locate
Yes,
extra
okay.
planar things.
Okay, so chill.
because I know.
On that note, I'm gonna
Yeah.
ask Hedhagal the same thing.
Old person, find Steve.
Hedhagal.
But it feels like he's very
So
strange
cursed
about the
fear
Fae. He doesn't.
He
know much
is,
about
but what? So wait, you've been to Turek, Polsny, Slupka. Yeah, this is not a message he can communicate verbally anyways, it's too complicated, but he'll give you, he'll strain really hard for about 10 seconds, and then you'll get a flash of a mental image. And it is you and your fellows walking through the town of Polsny, and then for the brief moment it shows an overlay of a dark black terrain. You remember this when you've died, other things like this. This would be the realm of souls, the places where dead go. And on this plane, Polsny is practically glowing with magic. And yeah, that's all it gives you. That's all it can give you.
No, I'm kind of just made for killing.
Yeah.
That's
the most Paladins premium shit
I've ever heard.
Clerics are usually the ones that actually do the other stuff.
I could hold on. I could try praying.
Sure.
Sure.
All right. I'm gonna go to a private section,
Where?
Yeah.
like someplace where everyone else isn't.
Okay, yeah, you exit the barn, and you look out, and this is like a rural, like, again, as a reminder, these like domes contain basically just a village. So there's like, fields, there's, oh, I guess in this town, there is an old ruined church that was made out of wood that's largely rotted because they made the fancy new stone church. So, you could go there.
I think I'll definitely go there. I don't know if that one's, I think that one's not tainted.
Sure. Yeah, you step into the, past the wooden entry hall. The long vines have built along it. None of the relics are left in here. The reliquary was moved to the new church, of course. There's no stained glass windows. There's not even pews. Those have rotted away as well. All that's left is the skeleton of the church. And you head in front of where the brazier would have been placed if it was still here and fall to your knees.
What do you normally say when you pray?
Depends the prayer. There's hundreds of them.
Right.
Hey, Grandpa.
Allah.
You already did this once already, where you were like, "Hey, Uncle, I need to meet with you. Can you hook me up?"
Normal people would send mail. You try to pray.
So what are we trying to figure out? Or what are we?
The root of this fate.
Oh, right. Like,
source.
So I guess, I don't know if this is a prayer or not, but I would basically pray to, like...
Well, what's the prayer? Let's hear it. What does Permian say?
Oh god, I have to cook. Oh god.
Also, keep in mind, you have to burn this prayer somehow, so I hope you have, like, a tinder box or something.
Do I have a tinder box?
And a strip of paper, and ink, and a pen.
No,
or you could just do your voice, but voice is considered substantially worse than sending the smoke up to heaven.
Yeah, I know. What is it? Do any of you guys have those things, like a tinderbox?
You know Grania has ink and paper.
Yeah, I'd probably...
also would have that. I don't know about Tinder,
Same.
but we could probably make
I
plans
smoke, so
to
I have a
make
tinder
it-
box.
Okay.
You've seen the smoke tobacco?
Well, back at the barn, as you're, just beginning to exit Primus, you recall that you don't have the proper materials, so you turn back to your 3 companions, or 4 companions. Maximus is off to the side.
Pretty please. Can I get some quill and pen and a tinderbox?
Grania's gonna sign for what?
For prayer.
I'll hand him a piece of parchment and my ink and ink pen. I'll
Alrighty.
subtract one of my parchments, and I'll give you my tinderbox as well.
Thank you, Corvus.
You make your way to the ruined church, Primus. Generally, prayers like this are meant to be very direct, so what do we write?
Is seek my enemy, is that short enough?
Should be. He's all-knowing. I know what you mean. Okay, you write down seek my enemy. You burn the prayer. As it burns up, the smoke travels up through the rafters of the ruined church, passing through a large opening in the side of the roof where a bit of water from the previous night's rain, which you don't even know how rain gets in here, but it must because the crops are thriving, so you weren't awake last night to see how it got in through the thorns. But, yeah, the prayer burns up, travels off to heaven.
That was about as useful as I expected.
Yeah, he's a busy fellow.
You return to the barn.
Yes.
He returns
Or-
to the
We can
barn.
expect. Sure, we can expect a response within 3 to 5 business years.
You
Like
Dodie,
usual.
you were saying when he returns to the barn.
Before he returns to the barn,
Oh,
I think
okay.
Granny is going to try to sneak away.
Oh, I was gonna
Uh,
ask Brania something while
oh.
he's gone.
Well then, as you start to stand up, Grania, Corvus looks over at you.
Granny, you're a spellcaster, right?
She'll tilt her head in confusion and sign yes.
I don't speak sign language. Can you just nod or shake your head?
You just say it.
True.
No, nod
yeah,
or
she'll
shake her
nod.
head. Okay. Do you have anything that could find the core of this so we can destroy this place? Return it to its proper state.
She'll shake her head no.
Fortunate. You have any better idea on how to deal with this?
She'll nod yes, and then point to herself.
You. What do you mean you? Maximus is here,
motion.
right?
Yeah.
Can we say that Maximus can roughly translate a little bit at least?
I think
I know he's not fluent.
Zednius has
as
a
well.
better proficiency than Maximus
Oh,
does.
that is. Either way, can somebody
Zednius
help
is
me out here? I
fluent,
don't speak
I
sign
know.
language.
Has Igneous showed off that he knows sign language? I thought he was like learning it in secret.
Yeah, you wouldn't know I know.
Okay, then we'll use Maximus as our go-between because he's at like 20 out of 40 or something. So keep
Okay.
simple concepts.
Yeah. Idea to find portal must do alone.
Why alone?
Familiar with Fae will be easier.
You don't want help?
Check right now.
You sure this is safe?
They'll hesitate and then nod yes.
Can I trust you?
She'll look over back to the side. Up to you.
Right, and I like to insect check that last one.
Sure.
I
Now,
just wanted
you're
to
gonna
see a
have
reaction and read
disadvantage
it. Yeah, because I don't speak her language. I'm just trying
And
to...
you haven't known her very well. There's like a bunch of reasons that this would be difficult to read.
8.
Yeah, I think with an 8, Granny is a pretty young person, and you are expecting the patterns of a younger person, nervousness, a bit of sheepishness, but she is so different to what you expect, and you don't really understand her, what she is, her past, really anything about her. And I think that makes it like you're not sure. Is that a joke? Like, is she laughing and being like, "Oh yeah, if you want to," or is that like a serious statement of like, "Yeah, I don't know if you can trust me. I don't know if you can tell."
I'm gonna wait for her to leave. Never mind.
Okay. Well, Granny, you don't need to sneak out. You just walk out.
Yep.
Corvus, you could scry on her.
I could. But I don't like burning through high level spells so that. Are you suggesting she's not trustworthy and I should scry on her?
Well, I don't know why she would need to do it alone. It just seems kind of curious.
It is.
Well, Permeus, you open up the door, walk into the barn. You see Corvus, Zednius, and Maximus seated in a circle. No Granny, though.
Where Granny go?
Go communicate with the Fae or something? I'm not sure.
You said that she knows how to find the portal and close it, I think? And she
needs
wanted to
do
go
it
alone.
Yeah.
And you didn't ask her to expand on this?
We had very limited communication without you here. And she didn't seem too keen on expanding either way.
Yeah.
How
I
long
think
has
we
she
should-
been gone?
Like a
5
minute.
minutes?
Yeah, should we just follow her?
I'm gonna tell Hegal to follow her telepathically.
He hops
Okay,
off your shoulder and begins to scamper away.
Yeah,
He
as
can fly.
Primus and me have no idea this is happening, so should we follow her?
One small
I
slip
don't
up
know.
can
Are
send this
we
entire.
sneaky enough to not get caught?
I can make
Once-
myself invisible.
I'm fairly good at stealth.
Or you do it. Would save me some spells.
Well, I mean, if you cast invisibility on me,
Oh, that would probably be even better. Sure. Let's do as quick as possible so we don't lose a trail. You ready?
yep.
Do we know which direction she went?
No, but it won't be hard either. It's not like there's many places to hide inside these domes.
Okay, yeah, just
And she's
making
not
sure
trying
that
to
like,
cover her tracks or anything.
yeah, I'm just not making sure we haven't already lost and I make him invisible and it's like, well, good luck.
Well, I mean, it kind of
All
is
right.
that, but just. Anyways,
I'll cast invisibility on Primus.
alrighty. Primius, disappears. You see his feet disturbing the hay, but that's the only sign that he's even standing there. And then Primius on his own is going to go track her.
I think so.
Alrighty. Grania, as you exit the barn, where are you headed?
When we were first coming into here, the fluttering one sensed the direction of the portal, right?
Yep.
Once I get far enough away from the barn, I'll kind of glance behind me, and once I break sight, and then ask the floating one if they have an idea of where we should look.
Yeah, the fluttering one, you can tell from his perspective that he kind of glances around, but when he doesn't see anyone, he will fully emerge from the nest of your hair and fly in front of you. You see his, long, lanky limbs, his that are deeply skinny, his little insectoid eyes, and he looks at you and says, "Yes, I know just where to go. I can practically taste home."
She'll follow wherever he's going.
Okay. Make me a perception check. Actually, no. Granny, what's your passive perception? That should be the floor, not a perception check.
12.
12. All right, make a stealth check, Primius.
Is this with advantage?
Yeah. Yeah, it is.
And the fluttering one doesn't have anything that senses this either.
Well, he has his passive perception, but I don't think that he's like... Let me go check fairy passive perception from my fairy NPC sheet. I don't think it's especially good, to be honest.
Okay.
But I should pull it up first.
I don't think it's beating a 21 anyway, so if there's not anything specific, then...
No, he cannot see through invisibility. I know that.
Okay,
He could,
yeah, that's what's missing.
yeah, there is a way that he could reveal invisible creatures, but he can't. He doesn't do that
But he would have to
automatically.
know. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So, Permius, you step out of the barn and immediately spot a tussle of red hair moving away from it. And as you head forward, you see a sort of movement on the back of Grania's neck. And at first, you think you're watching some horrible body horror shit as this long arm extends from the back of her neck. But then you see a creature just fly from the nest of her hair. It floats in front of her, and you can see its lips move as it speaks to her. And Grania replies with a quick gesture. She moves her hands, but not in a sign language way, because you don't recognize it. She's just talking to it without her lips moving, without sign language, some other method. And the two of them begin to approach a section of the thorn wall. It's not one of the main passageways that you've seen in other parts, because these have dedicated trails leading to them. She's just walking in the direction of the thorn wall led by this fairy.
I'll follow them.
Okay. The fairy flies ahead of Grania by at least 40 feet, and then every time it glances over its shoulder, it flies a little bit closer. The excitement is clear, even from the distance you were at. And the fairy will reach the wall, put its hand, and you watch as the thorns pull out of the way, making not one of the old tunnels, a new tunnel, which sort of spills and opens and makes a entryway just large enough for Grania and the fairy to enter inside.
After everyone is far enough away, I'm going to ask Corvus that we should tag along just in case at a further distance. If we aren't. What do you think, Corvus?
Lodge champ?
Oh, I'm sorry, I was muted. I said, makes a lot more sense. I said, Do you know where to go?
I've got an idea.
Yeah, we can follow distance. I don't mind. Probably a decent idea.
Okay.
If
Well,
something goes wrong.
you guys step out of the barn, and Grania, with each step you take in the direction of the portal, you feel something change. You're not sure what it is, but as you get closer, it'll likely become more clear. You almost feel like there's a second heartbeat in your chest. And as the thorn wall opens, a path that seems to be tailor-made for you, you step inside, the fluttering one flies inside with you, and the thorns close up behind you. So, Primius, you were like maybe 100 feet back, 200 feet back, and you watch as the door, a section of thorns open and then close right behind Grania.
Well, shit.
How close was that goal? Did he make it in?
Hetagal did, but obviously neither you nor the
Yeah, I was
fluttering
just
one would know
curious.
that. But yeah.
Well, I think, yeah, despite my amazing stealth check, I just gotta head back.
Okay.
And I assume, like, as I walk back, I just see Corvus and Zednius.
Yeah, you see Corvus and Zednius like walking the direction. Corvus looks a bit determined. I imagine Zednius, you've already seen this, through Hetagal's perspective, so you're not super surprised about the fact that Primius is returning.
Did you see her?
Well, he's
happened?
invisible, unfortunately.
Oh, he is. Okay.
Yeah.
So out of nowhere, you just hear like, you could undo it now.
Oh, okay. Stops concentrating.
You drop invisibility, and Primius appears same as he was before.
They walk through
No,
a
actually,
section
have a
of
different
wall
color.
right over there. And I'll point
Can
where
you
they
show us the
disappeared.
entrance? Yeah, let's go over there.
Okay. You guys approach the thorn wall of this section. It is identical to every other inch of, the Great Barrier surrounding this large cavern.
Okay. How would we open this?
Do you think we could go around any sort of way, or is this a dome and this is like a second protected layer deep inside, or does this seem like an outside
This is the
wall?
outside of the dome. Yeah, this is, if you guys are inside of a dome, like a cavern, this is the wall of that cavern.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm
And
not
she went in
quite
here?
sure.
How did it just open up and she walked in? Firmius?
Oh, what? Oh, I'm so sorry. What's going
Did
on?
it just open up and she walked in? What did you see? How did she get in there?
Yeah,
How did she get in?
the wall just opened up. Kind of like how we entered.
Well, it didn't open up for her. It opened up for the little flying insectoid
Well,
thing
it seems
in front
like
of her.
he's covering
Yeah.
for her because he
Oh,
never
okay,
mentioned
okay.
the fluttering one, and I think that'd be.
I assumed since I was like 200 feet back, I couldn't tell the difference between like opening for Grania and opening.
You
for
most
a
certainly
fly
could,
shoot.
because the fluttering one was flying, 40 feet in front of her.
Oh, was it? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But you also didn't mention. I don't think you mentioned the fluttering one, right?
No.
Yeah.
But I would say, well, there was a little insect that emerged from her hair and, brought her into.
An insect that emerged from a hair?
Mhm.
What? Are you okay, Firmius?
Do I know what a fairy looks like? Is that like what they look
You
like?
did
That is
not,
not
but
what
you
fluttering one
have
looks
seen
like anyway, right?
you have seen some since entering the woods.
On the pixies?
You saw so you saw Pixie. That one was dancing amongst some thorns, but in the same tunnel that you saw a displacer beast, you saw all sorts of little fey creatures, through the area there. I don't know if I specifically called out fairies, but there certainly would have. Fairies. But there certainly would have been at least one amongst the boughs of the thorns.
Yeah, so I would say it's like the, that bug that was dancing across the flowers after we saw that displacer beast. That whatever that thing was, one of those was in her hair.
Hey.
You'd be worried that she's.
So is she being
communicating
mind
with
controlled?
ghost spirits?
Classic
Is she in
Corvus.
danger? I mean, it seems
I'm gonna
like
start
I was
scrying
just
on her.
communicating with
Yeah,
the
so as you
Plague
ask,
Spirit.
is she in danger? And then you start scrying. We're going to cut back to Grania. So, Grania, this is a tight tunnel. Unlike the ones where, you were guided through the Great Thistle Patch, this is a personal tunnel for you and the Fluttering One. Continuing forward, the Fluttering One is practically brimming with excitement, and you start to feel that second heartbeat joining your own. And you start to recognize what it is. Back when you were a girl, in Athelloren, in the Great Ard Reach, when the Mother of Groves was close to you, your connection was so deep, so powerful, that you felt her heart beat alongside your own. You'd asked her about it once, saying that trees don't have hearts, but she simply said that some do. And since you are now connected to your patron with no longer a plane of existence separating you, you can add the following boon to your sheet.
Gotcha.
As you continue forward,
Huh?
the Fluttering One.
Oh wait, if they went into the Feywild, I lose connection to Hegel, I'm pretty sure.
Okay, well then, Het Hagal, seemingly suddenly, there's no hard transition line. You just can't see from his perspective anymore. As you continue forward, Grania, you look around you and you begin to see familiar faces. You don't use the same names that people do, but for the sake of communicating it, you see pixies, fairies. You see a black dog deep in the foliage of the thorns staring out at you. Each one of these moves through the thorns as if they're not even there. The thorns part around them, make it easy for them to move. These are restrictive only towards men, not to fairies. The Fluttering One pauses, and you feel his excitement begin to end. Your connection to him here in your home is not as close as it is on the material plane. There, you are two lost people clinging to each other, but here in your home plane, you can't read his thoughts anymore. The Fluttering One will, sort of spin around, his wings still flapping to keep him afloat. Something's wrong.
What is it?
You try to speak in your head, as you do with him every single time, but he just stares at you.
She'll look confused and kind of tilt her head, waiting for his response.
Did you say something?
She'll nod.
Oh. It's been so long, I forgot what it was like to not hear you. I'm going to speak to one of the others. Just stay right here. And without waiting for a reply, he, dives into the thorns, and, they morph around his body, allowing him to move. And the moment he leaves your presence, the thorns that made this small little pocket around you begin to compress. Not enough to, hurt you, just that there, in every single direction, there is thorns about 2 inches from your skin. You're practically stuck inside of one of those, coffins with the spikes in the inside, an Iron Maiden. It's deeply uncomfortable.
Gotcha.
But you feel that second heartbeat. The Mother of Groves.
Does it feel like it's coming in a specific direction?
Oh yes, you now know where the portal is. You can tell exactly what direction it's coming from. It is roughly in front of you, and you just know that the closer you get, the closer you'll get to the Mother of Groves. And if you fully cross over, you'll likely be able to communicate with her, same as you do the Fluttering One, because that's what you were able to do when you were a little girl.
But the direction he went off in was not in the way of the portal?
No.
Okay. I'll just wait for now then. But I'll try to keep an eye on my surroundings if anything comes towards me.
Okay. Yeah, it's hard. You try to turn your head, but the thorns do not give way to you like they did the Fae. With each little, turn of your head, you have to carefully adjust your whole body to avoid getting stabbed by thorns. And a moment later, though, the Fluttering One will return with a second fairy. This one is a little bit lankier. It has blue stripes along its belly, and the Fluttering One will hop up onto your shoulder. Immediately the vines expand and give you a small little pocket of room to move around in. And this other fairy will, sort of just flutter in front of you, staring at you. And the Fluttering One will speak up and say, "Yes, she's the one I was speaking of. You see? Connected." And the other fairy seems to analyze you. And then it will speak. "Fine then. You were right. She is connected. That's not normal. Not for humans. And, the Fluttering One will look over at you. If I can't hear you, how are you going to communicate?
Brooke. Because I
Fluttering
don't think
One.
you ever learned sign or
Nope.
written language or anything. Yeah.
The Fluttering One will nod. I see. Well, tell her what you told me. The other fairy will float around a bit before landing on a thorn at the edge of the little, bubble formed around you, and he'll say, well, I said we're from the Bear King's court, that we flee a darkness that suffocates it. Even the Bear King fears his death soon. The escaped prisoners a threat as well. It's untenable. And the Fluttering One nods, and he sits on your shoulder and looks over, and his whole face is sort of contorted into sadness. You understand,
Does Granny
Granny?
recognize this as the same reason that they had to leave originally?
Yeah, a darkness. The Mother of Groves never explained it. This fairy isn't explaining it. This could be your chance to ask for an explanation, but you don't know how.
I can't.
But
Yeah.
the Fluttering One will say, so, the portal then? And the fairy will shrug. It's guarded, to prevent us from returning. The Bear King's protector. And the two of them look at each other. You've never noticed, back in the Great Ard Reach, the Mother of Groves was mother to all in her domain. There was a kinship amongst them. But these two, the Fluttering One and this other fairy, look at each other with suspicion. They've not shared names. That's a strange thing. They've not shared titles, deeds done. They've not shared their favorite season of the year. There's a guardedness to the conversation. It almost comes off as human with a level of distrust for each other. And the Fluttering One will just nod and say, all right, then. The other fairy will fly away rapidly, and the Fluttering One will look at you. There's something wrong with them. They're not like they're supposed to be. But, it's dangerous.
Granny will motion towards the way of the portal and then motion to the way that they came from. I like asking a question of which one we're going to.
Yeah, he nods. I don't think we could defeat the Guardian on our own. But we could have those other humans. They could defeat it for us, and then we could go through.
She'll point at the Fluttering One.
What about me?
Motion back the way they came.
Yes. I suppose so.
She'll motion back the way they came and make like with her hand like two, almost like a stick figure of legs, and then point towards Fluttering One.
Yes, but we can go back there. I want to.
She seems a bit frustrated. He's not understanding, so she'll just motion to head back.
He looks in the direction of the portal, and you can't see anything. It's just a tangle of thorns, and you're pretty sure he can't either, but he gives this longing look in the direction. Well, you're so close. And he'll just stay on your shoulder this time. He doesn't fly ahead. As you step forward, like he sort of urges you to step forward, and as you do so, the thorns will, bend and merge around you. And we'll cut back to Corvus. Scrying. I believe scrying does not work on other planes of existence.
Yeah.
So as you cast the scrying spell, you get a type of failure you've never had before. You've had, so when, you take out your orb and you begin to cast it, you've had where clouds sort of appear across the image, making it unseeable, typically meaning you don't have enough knowledge of the subject. You've had it where a sort of metaphorical brick wall appears, meaning they're protected against scrying. But what happens now is like an extended piece of thread, but snipped in the middle, as if you stretched it too far. They're beyond the reach of scrying.
Oh.
Technically, this happened when he tried to scry on the stone giant that was actually a little boy. when he
Also
was
true,
sent
that did
to
also happen, yeah.
Oh, she's gone. Out of reach for me. Not dead gone, but like she's in the fair realm, I believe.
Well, she found the portal then.
Yeah. I guess so. But the portal found her.
Zednius, you
Very-
suddenly are able
yeah.
to see through Hedigal's perspective again.
Hmm.
He is on the ground. He is freaked the fuck out. When he was separated from you, what little, substance that he was started to fade on that other plane of existence. There was barely anything keeping him together. He is at half HP if it ends up coming up in combat. And he is carefully following behind Grania and the little creature insectoid sitting on her shoulder.
I'm gonna start leaving quickly.
Where are you going?
I'm just heading back to the camp
Okay.
quickly because I don't want to get caught.
Corvus and Primius, you're going to join Zednius and returning to the barn?
Yeah, I'll probably follow him because I'm just confused.
Yeah.
I think she's gonna be back soon. We wouldn't want to get caught. That's what I'm gonna say.
Huh?
Well, we
Well,
know
she-
she's gone. If she comes out and sees us, she's gonna know we were following her, right?
I'm assume we're like walking and talking.
Yes. Yeah.
You're following. Yeah, I wasn't gonna slow down.
I wasn't gonna come with them.
Okay.
I was
Well,
gonna
you're
stay
still at
saying,
the
like,
Thornwall then.
Okay.
I have no idea if she's gonna come back or not. We should check if we.
Yeah, I'm probably
get
following
access to the bottle.
Zenius because to me he's just like freaking out, being like, "She's gonna be back, guys." I'm like,
I'm
what?
about
the
to be
fuck-
fucking
what's
caught by
going
the
on?
teacher.
Alrighty.
I'm just like,
Zednius and Primius, you leave. And Corvus, you remain at the Thornwall, staring out into the thorns.
Does that mean Granny can talk to the floating one again now that they're closer?
Yes. So yeah, as you cross the barrier, you feel your second heart fade away. The boon leaves you as well. You no longer have access to the boon because you're not in your home plane of existence. And the fluttering one will look over at you, and you share this mutual moment of, you can now feel each other's emotions, hear each other's thoughts.
She'll ask, what I was trying to say is, do you think they'd trust us to even help with this?
The other humans?
Yes.
I don't know. They seem excited to kill all of my kind. If we can just aim that knife in the right direction. I know he said that the Bear King's realm is corrupted, but maybe the Mother of Groves has already fought it off.
Hope so. How will we convince them, though?
Just tell them that they want to destroy this place, right? This garden. We tell them where the portal is. We guide them to it.
And if they ask how we found it?
I already think you're strange. Just say it's magic.
On.
And he'll sigh and, move back into the nest of your hair. And he'll say, and you can tell that even though he says in his own thoughts that, the Mother of Groves is fine, that is not what he
He doesn't
feels.
truly
The
believe
fact
it.
that
Yeah.
the fact that another Archfey, the Bear King, is also succumbing to this, that could even mean that they're done with the Mother of Groves. Whatever this corruption is has finished her off and has gone to a new thing. Because he doesn't actually know what you know, which is that she is alive. Elsewise, you could not have felt her heartbeat.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I probably would have just assumed he felt something similar, so I didn't say anything.
He doesn't seem to, because he seems real sad right now.
Oh, okay.
You consciously attempt to share it with him, or do you just continue to...
Yeah, I guess you'll ask, did you not feel it when we were in there?
Feel what?
Her heartbeat.
No. My connection with
Was
her was
this-
never that deep.
It was the same back when we were in with her.
You feel, his spirits rise. Well, that means she is alive. Then we have to kill this guardian of the Bear King. That means we can go through. We can go to her. You're stronger now. We can take care of it.
She'll say, are you sure we're ready, though?
I suppose when we get closer to the portal, we'll see how bad the corruption has become.
It's just defeating this Bear King's Guardian doesn't mean we can deal with whatever's even driving them from there in the first place.
This is true. And he goes quiet. And as you start to exit the thorns, you start to think back on those final days in which you were forced to leave. There was something that happened when you left the Ard Reach. Your magic grew much weaker. It seemed only logical to you. Your magic stemmed from the Mother of Groves. She had sent you away, so your magic weakened. But mechanically, when you lived within the boughs of the great Mother of Groves, every spell that you cast was equivalent to 7th level. Meaning that magic alone was viewed as too weak by the Mother of Groves. And I think that as you're walking through the thorns, you start to think, I mean, I've gotten stronger, but I haven't gotten stronger than I was in the boughs of the tree. Yeah. But I assume you don't communicate that thought to the Fluttering One.
Yeah,
he's still on his copium mark. All right, well, you emerge from the thorns, and you spot Corvus standing beside the thorns, holding an orb. He's about 30 feet to your left, but, I mean, obviously, I would imagine that, Corvus, you look over when you see her emerge.
Yeah, of course.
She's gonna seem startled and turn around to walk in the other direction.
Based!
Hold on for a second.
She's gonna try to up her pace.
Right, you start to do long strides. And I mean, Corvus, if you're jogging, you could obviously catch up to her.
Yeah.
So what do you say?
Rana, just head back to the camp.
He'll stop and turn around to look at him. I want to do an insight check on, I guess, what these, and not kind of like just like a general feeling.
Okay. Corvus, what's your body language showing at the moment?
I'm suspicious of her.
Okay.
I'm not trying to hide it too much.
She'll nod, and then she'll continue walking away.
Are you walking in the direction of the barn or in a different direction?
I want to break line of sight, and then I'm going to start heading back towards.
Okay.
I'm not
if
going to let
continue
her.
to follow.
All right, well, then, Corvus, you follow like 10, 15 feet behind. You guys continue walking. And elsewhere, Zednius, as you're just about to open up the door to the barn, you feel Hetagal crawl up onto your shoulder. And, you know, Hetagal doesn't need to pant. He doesn't even need to breathe. But he is, like, shivering as he crawls up onto your shoulder, and he says, "Evil."
Was it the Fae? Was it like the Deadwood?
Fae.
Did you see the portal?
No.
I don't think I have a way to heal him at all, but
Don't think you do
so
either.
he's just gonna have to vibe. He's just gonna have to vibe a little bit.
Yeah, he's hurt.
Hey, Primus, can you heal this thing?
Alrighty.
You may have been detecting a fiend nearby. Can you heal it, please?
Let's heal this guy. Let's heal this guy with a spell.
True.
Let's heal this guy. All right, we cut to Corvus and Grania, still on their little walking tour of the edge of the barrier.
She's gonna try to like make a roundabout way towards back to the church, but seems like she's trying to get him to stop following her.
Okay.
I'm not stopping. I'm
Okay.
I'm not hiding
Well,
it.
You do a big loop. It's like a mile-long loop around the exterior of the thing, and then you start to curve inwards towards the town. And Grania, you know one way to immediately break line of sight, which would be just Misty Step behind literally any object, because Misty
Well, I
Step
have to
doesn't
hurt
show a
myself
trail
to
of
do
where
it.
you're going.
I don't have traditional Misty Step.
Oh, you have the fucking Fey one, which requires you to take damage.
Yeah.
I see. Well, you have Far Step, right?
Yes.
Well,
Or invisibility, yeah. Both
yeah.
those are options.
If you want to use a spell, you could do this easily. I just don't know.
No,
if you
I don't think so.
Okay. All right. Well then, are you willing to walk up to the shrine, even though Corvus is trailing you?
Shrine.
Isn't that where you wanted to go? The temple.
Oh, sorry, back to the barn is what I meant
Oh,
to
the
say.
barn. Okay. Well then, yeah. Do you want to go to the barn, even though Corvus is following?
Yeah, I think she'll kind of give up.
Alrighty.
Trump her shoulders and then start heading back to the barn.
Well, then you approach the barn, slide it open. Zednius, Primius, and Maximus are inside. They seem to be cleaning up the remnants of breakfast. I imagine, especially Primius, looks pretty surprised to see you back already, considering he was like, oh, she's probably dead. So, yeah, Grania's there. She looks fine.
I think Primius genuinely thought Zenius was tweaking, and then he sees Granny, is like, what the fuck?
Yep, there she is.
What'd you learn?
I'll shake my head. Or is this Grania that says this?
No, it's Zednius.
That was me.
Yeah,
Oh.
that's very clearly Zednius.
I'm sorry.
And
Holy
I'll even peer my eyes like I've got some sort of an idea of what she did.
Ooh.
I'm gonna walk over to.
Did you make it back yet?
Yeah, he's
Or
right
did they
behind
arrive
you.
at the same time?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
yeah. He's
Yeah.
right behind you.
I'm gonna go over to Premius. Then as soon as I'm next to him, I'm gonna tell him quietly, check if she has something on her.
Doesn't work like that, man.
Divine sense?
No.
It's just if it's within 60 feet. It's not a particular.
We'll just know that there's a fairy and a fiend within 60 feet again.
Well, how about you do it anyway? Motherfucker.
Motherfucker.
As my hastily slit.
Alright, I'll do it.
All right, you cast Divine Sense. There's a Fae and a
Damn.
Fiend within 60 feet of you.
Primius is bowing down to
guys.
everybody. The cleric,
I will say,
Corvus.
Primius, one of these, in your experience, should be a lot scarier than the other, that being the Fiend. The fact that there's a demon within 60 feet of you and has been every
Yeah,
time
did you
you
tell
cast
me anything
Divine
about
Sense
this?
is scary as fuck.
Yeah. I don't know if there's a way to hide from it. Zenius' this specific arc has done a couple of sus shit.
Yeah,
Like
literally,
sustenance.
paladins always figure out that motherfucker
What'd
has
I do?
a thing.
Besides
No,
know
notably,
that
remember,
she was leaving.
you also don't know where this Fiend is. It's within 60 feet of you and has been every single time you've ever cast Divine Sense. So, since joining this
there's
party.
been. And also, what is even more sus is the black die was like, you're playing a part in the return of being named the Lord of Ink.
Yeah,
And that does not sound good.
the Black Dog did
Okay,
say that,
Zednius.
Yeah, but he was just doing a little Hooter trolling, you know. Can't really trust him.
Good premise.
Well, Primius, yeah, you smell
I think
evil
we have
on the
two
air.
traitors on us right now.
We have bigger problems.
Then a fiend?
Or no, that's what he was. I assume. What is it? Corvus was referring to. What is it? The pixie.
You don't need to explain it. So we have Primius and Corvus. What's this
referring to
conversation?
both.
So Corvus walks over and asks you to sense the divine. You sense it, and what do you say? What's your response to Corvus's request?
Didn't he already do it?
No, he divine sense, yeah, but what does he tell Corvus? Like, how does he describe it? I'm curious.
There's a
I thought we already
stench.
did that.
It's a stench of you.
He's wanting to get exactly what you're saying.
I just want to know exactly what he says. I want to know if Primius says, "Oh, there's a fiend and a fae," because that it doesn't even break down like that. Really, all he knows is that there's a fae-ish presence within 60 feet, and there's a fiend-ish presence within 60 feet. He doesn't know
Yeah,
where they
that's
are.
a-
That's why I asked. That's why I want to know what you're saying in
That's
character.
essentially what I'll describe. Is because like that's what.
Okay,
he's,
well then just
like,
say that.
going
I
for.
just I just want to be very clear on who knows what and what we're doing, and not have it be partially out of character.
He'll
Okay,
look at
so
Corvus
you-
and say like, so somewhere within 60 feet, there's a fiendish presence and a fae-ish presence.
Ish.
Ish.
Well, that will have to do. A fiend.
Well, Unfortunately, as the two of you discussed that, because someone's internet went out, so we'll have to take a quick 5-minute break. We'll be right back.
No.
Alrighty, welcome back. So, Corvus and Primius, the two of you were discussing this divine sense.
Yeah, so fiendish, fayish. Doesn't get more precise than that.
That thing I saw in Grania, that's not a fiend.
I know, you did tell me that it looked like one of the fairy things that we saw after we saw the Displacer Beast.
Yes.
So... Grania? We're gonna have to do some explaining, but first... Where the fuck is the Fiend? I'm slightly worried about that part.
Yeah. But this is going on long enough. I'm finding.
What do you mean going on long enough?
When is the first time you cast it? And
I will
caught him?
also, Zednius, I will say, the moment that they say, "Where's the Fiend?" Hetagal does unsummon himself.
Yeah.
Wait, can we all hear them?
Yeah. You're all in the same room,
Yeah,
and
we're
now they're
talking-
talking to the whole
okay,
group.
alright.
Yeah.
All right.
See,
I've done
the
it
problem is,
3
Maximus, you know
times.
all about this.
Grania probably also gonna ask the floating one. She should probably leave.
Yeah,
as well.
the Flutter one will unsummon himself.
Well, my eyes flick to Zednius.
Do I catch that?
It didn't sound particularly subtle.
Well, since you spoke
There's-
first,
there's
I'm
brief
casting
eyes.
Zone of Truth on you.
On who?
Said you're on a
Maximus,
point.
because
He
he
didn't
said
speak.
something first.
He didn't say anything. He just looked.
He said,
He just
well.
he said, "Well."
Oh, he did say well. That is a good point. He did say well.
No, he said reservoir, actually.
Okay. All right. You cast Zone of Truth.
Can you
Alrighty.
double check?
That would include everyone in the party, actually, including you,
Oh,
Oh.
okay.
because of how narrow the barn is.
Fucking hell,
Hold on.
Yep.
Before this goes any further,
Wait.
Sure.
read something.
Okay, I'll let you
Let's
read something.
let's all
Oh
just
god.
Well, the spell has been cast, so...
Well,
Well,
I'm gonna
no,
calm
not
down a
necessarily.
little
Okay,
Hold
I'm
on.
gonna
one
let Dota do
action.
his thing
There's
first,
there's
yeah.
counter spells on
Yeah,
the table.
let's hear what Dota says.
How does counterspell play out? Like, I just know that he's casting a spell, and I'm not comfortable with whatever he's doing.
So the way that I've rolled in the past is that if you have an Arcana skill, you can roll to see if you know it, and it's typically pretty easy, especially for someone like Primius who has such a narrow skill set. So, nope, you have no fucking idea what he's casting.
Wait, is-
All right, I'm scared out of my mind. I don't know
Wait,
what this
wait,
is. I don't
wait,
trust this
wait.
guy.
Wait. Corvus, do you have an
I'm
interjection?
rolling a Arcana check.
Yeah, you know he's casting Zone of Truth.
Okay, so I want his Zone of Truth to go through.
Oh,
And I
okay.
see she's counterspelling.
Okay.
Get counterspelled.
Okay. So in the span of what specifically happened? Oh, also, Randy, unfortunately, you actually can't cast Counterspell because you don't have the Fluttering one. So none of that happened.
Oh!
Wait, even with the scroll?
Oh, you have a scroll? Holy shit. Okay, Privia starts casting a spell. Grania whips a scroll out of her backpack, looks at the words, and a sort of divine
how much-
heavenly echoing comes from her mouth. And then Corvus also casts a spell, and that counterspells that.
Hold on, let me do an Arcana check.
whips out a
here with
fucking
my-
scroll?
With my nothing.
Yeah. Whips out a goddamn scroll.
Whips his jerky out. puts it in mouth.
Is there a window nearby me, Alex?
Why
A
is
window?
Severus
No.
here?
Also, why are you rolling a Severus?
Oh wait, what? Oh fuck!
I'm gonna
I accidentally clicked on
counterspell
Severus.
Se-
There we go.
Or I'm counterspelling Corvus's counterspell also.
Holy
by the way.
shit!
no.
Is there cover anywhere near me, Alex?
Yeah, there's a
Don't have
hay
that
bale.
Yeah, I'm gonna fucking full out
Sorry, you
dive
for
behind
cover.
the hay bale.
Zenius, you extend your hand and speak,
Don't-
and
do
immediately
you need a
Corvus's
head
spell
alcohol?
fizzles. No, he doesn't need Hetic all to cast spells. Grania can't cast spells because she's mute, and it requires her verbal components. So in order, it goes. Primius casts a spell, Grania counterspells, as Corvus is counterspelling, Zenius counterspells that counterspell, and after 6 seconds, the entire barn is silent. And you're all looking at each other.
So I hear no noise of cacophonous horribleness coming from
No.
the other.
You hear a lot of like chanting and like.
And then the room
Right,
goes
Well, no,
silent.
actually, counterspell doesn't have a verbal component.
Somatic.
That's true.
Oh,
I
you're
just
right,
see
it
a
is
lot. I
somatic.
just see a lot of
Oh,
arm
then
wait.
waving.
Grania doesn't
I don't
need to
have
use
my
the
spell.
scroll.
That is true. Yeah, you could use a spell slot
I
instead.
just see a bunch of arm waving.
Yeah, and then
I will use the
Yes,
scroll
it's
instead.
the finger gun
Okay.
gift.
All right, yeah. So the entire room goes quiet.
All right, I peer up from behind the hay bale, hammer in hand. Is everyone
Granny will
alive?
sign. What the hell were you casting?
Zone of truth.
Why?
Why? Because someone knows something about this fiend that's been following us.
Let's not start spellcasting all about each other, okay? This can turn really ugly really quickly. Let's calm down.
I agree. Yes. Yes. No one needs to hurt anyone else.
Are you
Let's
still
just
behind the
use
hay
our
bale?
words for now.
Yes, I slowly walk out from behind the hay bale, put my hammer away.
I will
Okay.
look at Maximus and say, when it comes to demons, this is my problem.
Demons.
Demon?
Granny will sign. Is this not something we can handle after we deal with the bigger problem here?
Which is?
The Fae taking over this place.
Oh yeah, sure. We can start. I'm sorry. I don't understand.
Translated
that.
through Permeus, yeah.
Oh,
Assuming he is translating.
I think unless it's specifically stated otherwise, that's the assumption, yeah.
That is the assumption, because otherwise it's going to get
Um,
difficult.
what do you know, Grania?
I was about to say, if we're talking about, let's deal with the bigger problem at hand, the Fae. Grania, what the fuck was that pixie about? But Barry, sorry.
She's not good at hiding it. She kind of freezes up, and then she'll sign. What pixie? Or what fairy?
The one we saw, that you followed.
Well, also Corvus never saw it. Corvus
Yeah,
doesn't
but he
know
saw
what
it
it
through
really looks
Permeus.
like.
Yeah, but I'm
so it's
lying.
fine. Yeah, he
Yeah.
saw it through Permeus, so it's the same shit. Yeah.
but,
I don't think Granny is in a state of mind to even think about you lying. So
Yeah. So, what do you say, Granny?
she'll quickly sign. I told you guys I was gonna go try to find the portal, so I spoke to one of the other fake creatures here, and I followed him.
Okay, then he followed you back here?
What do you mean?
Well, we just detected a Fae presence. Premise
Stay
did
all
right.
around here, isn't there?
That's a good
Check
point.
again, not there, haha.
I mean,
I,
kind of,
I-
actually, though.
I start frantically looking in the rafters.
Yeah, you stare up, you stare to the side, you look around, you don't see any tiny little faces staring at you, but maybe that's what they want you to think.
That is
Divine
what they
Sense
want you
only
to do.
picked up one Fae, not more than one.
It doesn't work like that. It's either binary,
Does it
either
not?
is or isn't.
Okay.
Can you
okay.
post Divine
Like a
Sense?
binary.
Sure, you can put it in chat. What it's going to say is that there's the smell of evil within 60 feet of you. You cannot pinpoint its specific location, you just know it's in the area, and that behind total cover it doesn't work, as well as you only know its power, not the number of them, I believe.
Wait, until the end of your next turn, you know the location of any celestial fiend or undead within 60 feet
Oh,
of
if
you
it's not,
that
well,
is not
total
behind
cover.
total cover.
That means
It
that...
doesn't, I don't think Granny's
No,
hair
you-
counts as total cover.
Well, it definitely would, because it totally obscures line of sight completely. But
Well-
I'm making it even stronger than it actually is, so which I'm going to keep with, because that's how I've ruled it since literally session 2 of the game with Fargrim. So, but yeah, I
Was
mean,
Fargrim like a demon worshiper?
no, Fargrim was a paladin, and when he
Fargrim
used
Fargrim
him,
caught-
he caught Hekagal in session 1 or something.
Yeah, and so the way
was
that I
what,
ruled it
Jason Navy
there,
Paladin?
I don't remember what he was, but I ruled it the same way I'm
He
going to
was
rule this,
Hellion,
which
yeah.
is you can just smell evil within the area, and if you moved around, which would require multiple castings, and you could start to narrow it down, but it doesn't immediately ping the direct location. I mean, that
Pretty
is a
big
direct.
nerf.
I mean, it is a bit of a nerf, but it also works through total cover. So
Bit?
yeah,
Which Hagal and the Fluttering One were both invisible, so I believe that counts as total cover.
I don't think-
I
well,
don't think it
but
does. No.
visibility
Total
doesn't,
cover in this
but the
context
fluttering-
refers to like a wall or something, but I also
Yeah.
think that yeah. But anyways, yeah, you know what you know. You know that there were those presences within 60 feet of
Yep.
you.
And Granny last thing was saying that there's Fae all around us. so
Wait,
that's-
wait. Totally being obscured by hair that counts as total cover. So what
Mhm.
all animals covered in fur, are they always in total cover?
No,
I'm just trolling a little bit.
I know you are.
I find that ruling to be weird.
Not even near your levels of anti-magic field yet, so we're fine.
Oh god.
So,
Rania, this is about the Fiend, not the Fae.
No, this is actually about the Fae right now.
I feel like it's about the Fae.
Why is
We're
it
in like a Fae realm.
oh my god,
right
they're
now.
all traitors.
Yeah.
Permeus.
Why are we not worried about a Fiend? What is going on here?
Well, obviously we're worried about that shit, but like, you
Right.
can pick your battles, and right now, the immediate vicinity, the bigger danger seems to be the Fae to me. Or are you not seeing the gigantic thorn wall encapsulating us?
Is it possible they're working together?
Couldn't we just assume there are Fae everywhere?
Yes, exactly, which is dangerous, right? We understand the Fae are dangerous?
I mean, I suppose, but they don't seem to be harming us, and in this area, shouldn't we assume there could be, like, a pixie in that hay bale or something?
Well, one of them just led Granny into a different plane of existence. So I think the not dangerous goes out the window when that happens.
And Granny
Granny
came
also-
out!
Granny will
She
also
also,
sign.
that dog like killed kids, right?
Yeah, a kid.
Yeah.
Are you hurt, Grania?
She'll shake her head now.
Are you mind control, Grania?
She'll like think about it for a second. It's like, how would I know? So she'll sign.
Yeah, I'm just.
I give Corvus
Yeah.
a look.
That was just a stupid joke, basically.
Oh,
Obviously, you mind control
Radio
person
will
wouldn't
sign.
admit they're
You
mind
guys
controlled.
sounded like you wanted to stop this, and so I thought the best way was to speak to the Fae, and I found the way to stop it. So
Right.
I would like to
sign.
pause
Back to the
for-
Fiend.
I would like to
There's-
pause for
yeah,
a moment to
yeah.
check in with Permeus. Permeus, all four of these motherfuckers keep talking about the Fae. All of them. Are they all traitors? What's going on? Why?
yeah, we're all Fae creatures. Actually.
We are the
Wait,
wacky group.
wait a minute,
We are the wacky group
The
of
last thing
judges.
I
What you didn't know is that
remember
we're
that I
all
keep-
changelings.
Yes,
The
Blake.
last thing I know that I can like I think about that I'm stun locked on, Prometheus is stun locked on, is he goes, so where's this Fiend guys? Maximus goes, and he like his eyes dart around.
Yeah,
He dives into a hay bale.
behind a hay bale.
As I
Yeah.
behind a hay bale, as I cast Zone of Truth, and then everyone counterspells.
Yeah, like they're all
No,
working
you-
together. They're all working together. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah,
I just
you'll be
wanted to see
guys
how,
dogs.
I just wanted to see how Permeus would feel that. Anyways, you were saying Permeus sighs as they continue to talk about the Fae.
were we? I thought we were just finishing that discussion.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
Well,
we're agreed that Fae are everywhere, and you probably just detected some small thing.
And Granny will also
Right.
sign.
Granny
And I
seems
did
fine for
follow
now.
a pixie to find the portal.
All right. We all good on the
Can
Fae?
we get back there?
Granny said we'll sign probably.
that's not the issue. And it's
I-
interesting you would distract from that Zednius.
Yes, yes. Before we all start throwing accusations
Fiend.
at each other.
What?
I just look at Zednius directly and I just say Fiend.
And he says what?
Yeah. But that was the most fake what I've ever rolled insight on.
Well, let's see. I don't know. Zednius is pretty persuasive. Let's get a
I know he
persuasion
is.
check.
You fuck!
I feel like I've seen Zednius pass this exact check for it with like a 23. Like someone's like,
Yeah,
"Oh, do you have a
yeah,
demon?"
yeah.
He's like, "No."
What do we want me to roll?
Persuasion
Deception?
What am I rolling? Deception?
or deception? Yeah, deception works better. Yeah. You
I mean,
got
I have
this,
a
bro.
plus 9,
Yeah, you have a
so-
plus 9. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Actually, I am the
Corvus.
Fiend. You got me.
No, Corvus, listen, you just went on a whole mission with him to go heist it, shit, and you fully betrayed him. If he worshipped a demon, do you really think he would have let you and your compatriots get out of there alive? He would have had Bogdy, given to some horrible creature. Like, he doesn't seem the type.
I'll try this
Alright.
the normal way. You spoke first, Maximus. Where's the Fiend?
I don't know. You're the magic one.
The magic one. You mean everyone except you?
Yes.
Okay.
You know what I meant, goddammit. You're the one that found it. What do you mean? Why are you asking me?
You spoke
he's-
first.
He sounds so guilty.
Yeah, you do seem kind of. There's
That's
something
ins-
you're not telling us.
You really think that I have a fiend on me? Is that what you're telling me?
No,
I don't know,
I'm
do you?
saying you spoke first.
What were you casting there? In fact, all of you, what were you all casting there? Goddammit!
I was casting Zone of Truth.
And
Granny
how
was
am
saying I
I,
was stopping whatever he's casting.
And I was
And,
stopping her.
I was stopping whatever Corvus was stopping.
Maximus
was doing.
looks like one of those chameleons where their eyes go in different directions?
Yeah, everyone is just talking and pointing at each other.
Okay, Corvus, look at it from my perspective. How am I supposed to know what you're casting? No, sorry.
You're not?
Permeus. Yeah, that question was directed at Permeus.
Well,
He's right, though. I'm not. And granted, I probably should trust you a bit more. But
Oh
if
no.
you still wish to go and cast Zone of Truth, I have nothing to hide.
if you have nothing to hide, then there's no need for a zone of truth.
Look at that, then.
Yay, we solved it.
Not yet. He still hasn't answered the question.
And what's the question?
Where's the Fiend? What
I
do you
don't know.
Insight.
Okay.
Do I even have to roll a deception? I don't know where the Fiend is.
I mean, you kind of do know roughly where, like, you know what he's getting at, and you do know the answer to that, so, because you know, like, what he's asking is, like, what is Hetagal, and you know that Hetagal twice before has been, like, procced as a fiend, so, yeah, you gotta make a deception check on that one.
Uh-oh.
Now, remember, insight checks are not lie detectors. You don't instantly know, oh my god, it's Zenius or whatever. You just know that Maximus has this look in his face. It's like that sly little smile that when, like, a 5-year-old lies, and it's like he's very proud of himself, and you're like, he knows something more than he's letting on. Maybe not the answer to the question, but he's certainly not answering it in good faith.
You're not answering truthfully. Now, do you want this pegged on you or someone else?
I don't want it pegged on anyone. Because there's nothing
Maximus
to peg.
doesn't strike me as somebody who likes pegging.
Well,
You don't know that.
I was gonna say.
Insight check?
How would you?
You've
How
clearly,
would you know
was
that?
just
you've
how do you know
clearly never spent much time around military folk.
Jesus Christ.
Holy.
I was not expecting a response to that.
Anyways.
Guess I kind of did it to myself.
Let's get back on track.
Well, Privius has said, he said he doesn't believe you. What do you say now?
I am not the right person to be asking about this.
Then who is?
Yeah, how about we stop with that one?
I sit in silence for a little bit longer.
We're gonna have to kill this guy.
Not me.
Let's kill this
Who,
guy.
Maximus?
The only sound is the sound of farmers tilling their fields in the distance and the bleating of sheep.
Bleeding? Someone got bandages.
Good one. -2.
3 other people here. Why don't you ask them?
You know,
Why would I question them when you clearly know?
I don't know as much as you want me to, so ask someone else.
You know where to point your finger.
I may.
I'm gonna cast command,
Okay.
and I'm gonna command Maximus to point.
This is not going to do what you
Okay.
want it to do.
Alright,
Oh,
yeah, I was
really?
about to say, I'm just
No,
gonna
no. Point is
to
literally
it.
just
It'd be
if he
really
fails, he's just gonna point in a direction. You can't. You can't immediately like because command is a really brain dead simple stuff. It's like drop. But point is he's just gonna point. He's not gonna point towards
Right.
the person you want him to point towards.
just gonna point at you, and it'd be really funny.
Yeah, he would do that. Yeah, you'd be familiar with the limitations of the command spell. It's not quite that strong. That'd be really fucking. Well, the
Who,
staring match
Maximus?
continues.
Pull
You
out
don't
some-
want to be caught hiding a demon worshiper, do you?
Who said anything about a demon worshiper?
there's a fiend.
I will say that
That's a demon.
I know you're not asking for an insight check, but I feel like the who's talking about a demon worshiper would come off a bit more genuine because at least you can correct me if I'm wrong, Ethan. I don't think you think Zednius is a demon worshiper, right?
Oh no, absolutely not.
Yeah, because like even Fargrim didn't necessarily accuse him of that. I think he just said that he worked with demons, which is technically different than worshiping. Plus, Tullius seems chill. He's probably not a demon worshiper, so.
Well.
Wow.
I might-
hey, that's your patron right there. He's supposed to be nice. I don't know. Yeah, I think when you say demon worshiper, I think the vibe you get is that Maximus probably doesn't believe that portion of it.
I'm just waiting for him to say something.
I'm
Okay.
eating jerk.
Well, Zednius, what are you doing during all this?
Just kind of watching.
Cool.
Bastards.
Corvus, what are you
Good
doing?
Trying to think whether I should burn all of these poses alive or wasting my time. No, just guess I'll smoke some tobacco.
What are you doing?
In the barn full of hay.
Yep.
Yeah?
Okay.
Giga Chad.
I think you're gonna burn all of us alive.
Just don't drop down a match. Just don't drop
Guess
a match. You'll be
guess what?
fine.
Sometimes people even smoke inside their rooms when there's flammable shit in there. That doesn't mean they set it on fire.
Monka.
What?
Yeah, but you know, I wouldn't smoke in our bunker full of explosives. It's kind of-
That's because you're a coward.
Yeah, get real.
True.
You should have ate that C4, Ethan. You should have been the one.
True.
What?
It's a long story. Dota, what are you doing?
I don't know what just happened. It was the command, and then what happened?
He didn't cast command because it doesn't work like that. So Maximus and
Oh,
Primius are just staring at each other.
Granny will just sign. So, are we going to deal with the Fae here?
Not until I find out where this fiend is.
Granny will sign and just sit down on the hay bale now.
Well, Zendius, Corvus, and Grania. Zendius and Grania are sitting down. Corvus is leaning against a post smoking. Maximus is eating jerky. They're very obstinate, Primius. It doesn't seem like you're going to get much from them.
God.
I mean, from my point of view, right? I'll speak up. It's not
I'll look
Grania.
over.
It's not Grania. She seems to be linked to Faye. It's obviously not me from my point of view. And Primus is the one throwing the accusation. So it's a 50-50 if one of us is in bed with a demon, controlled by a demon, whatever.
50-50 in your mind.
No,
but, I mean,
no,
like,
Maximus
why
doesn't
would we
really.
fear you?
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, okay.
I
That's
mean,
funny.
Maximus seems to be.
Why is Primius a suspect in this?
He's
He's
not.
not.
Oh.
I
He's
ruled
saying-
you out because you're the one literally.
He's
casting
saying it's
divine
not me,
sense.
so it's Zed or Max, and I'm saying
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. From my
Okay.
point of view,
Yeah,
speaking,
yeah.
obviously it's Zed or Max, right? I can clear
I'll trigger
Grania. I
backwards
can
right
rule
now.
out Grania. I can rule out Primus, and I obviously rule out myself. So that leaves Maximus and Zednius. And one of these two is very much not on the magic side at all. Exactly.
Corvus smokes his pipe, Sherlock style.
So it kind of just falls down to Zednius, right? If we think about it logically.
Look at him.
yeah,
You
let's
got
do
any
the zone of
defense
truth
ideas?
as long as Corvus submits,
Yeah,
Oh,
sure.
oh.
I'll submit.
and I get to ask him one question. Maybe about just a question.
Isn't that what the? Oh no, that's a Fae thing.
So how are the Sons of the Republic doing, buddy?
Yeah, that's basically
Yeah.
the question.
Yeah, Corvus is shitting himself.
Yeah, Zednius is looking at Corvus. Corvus is looking at Zednius.
Okay, I'm fine with this arrangement.
There's one person who's not.
Well, I think
And I think
Corvus
what's-
looks nervous too. Corvus and Zednius both look nervous.
Because as soon as, like, if... The funny thing is, if Maximus, for some reason, is like, yeah, it's Zennius, then Zennius' first reaction is like, he Sons of the Republic!
Well, I mean, hey, Primius. Either way, Primius. Zennius and Corvus are looking at each other. They both look nervous. Maximus is chilling. Granny is sitting on a hay bale.
Wait, Zone of Truth doesn't force you to answer, does it? You can just stay quiet.
Correct.
Probably just the same as confirming it.
I mean, like that's
Yeah,
pretty
yeah,
much
that
an
is-
admission, in my opinion.
Thing.
Would
You know, it's like-
answer
Well,
be...
No,
Go on
command
and-
is not a Zone of Truth spell. No, you stop.
No.
Command is not that strong. Literally, you need to.
Command is
It
way
is
too
one.
simple.
Yeah, it's a super simple physical action. That is all it is. It's approach, drop, flee, grovel, halt. Anything more than that, it doesn't work
Auto
like that.
defenestrate.
Yeah.
Wait a minute.
I mean, defenestrate kind of works. Like throw, or like walk off a ledge.
Yeah, but
technically-
auto defenestrate, aka jump out of the window, smile.
Well, that was
No, obviously
harm them,
that's
which
an
doesn't
obviously
work.
harmful. Yeah,
Yeah.
no, I know.
Yeah. So
Only if they
speak
believe
definitely
it
does
will
not
harm
work.
them.
What if they don't know what the word means?
Also, reminder: even if someone voluntarily submits to a Zone of Truth, they don't actually have to answer in the most truthful way. They can give like an answer that is adjacent but not like fully true, like without directly lying. Like they could say, if you say like, where were you last night, they could say, oh, a couple nights ago I was here, the night before that I was there. Like just never answer the question. So
Yeah, okay. So what I'll say then is, I don't think a Zone of Truth is going to lead to anything here. Zetnius doesn't seem stupid enough to just outright answer. If he was
You
hiding
say
something.
this like as Corvus?
yeah.
Yeah.
I'll...
Yeah,
Turn
Zetnius
to
is not
Zennius.
stupid, obviously. Right?
I didn't think so.
What do you know, Zennius?
That a demon's been following us since we've been in this zone. That's about it.
Or has it?
I know about the Lord of Ink and your association with him.
Who the fuck is the Lord of Ink?
It's what the Black Dog said he was associated with.
Yes, that. I think this is the correct time to ask. Who the fuck is the Lord of Ink, Zetnius?
I'm still researching it. I don't know much, honestly.
Okay, what do you know? How's it
He's
linked
from
to your
before
research?
history? I don't really know much about it. It's just something I'm interested in looking up. You know,
Why?
elven magics and lore because it's an interesting subject.
Elven magics and lore.
Alex, do
Yeah.
common people associate elven magics with demons?
Common people, yes. Mages, no. Elven magic is the basis of all magic that exists.
Well, unfortunately for you,
Unlucky.
Because common people are dumb and they're like, oh my god, elves? That, oh, scary.
Demon!
You're interested in elves?
As is any mage. That's where our magic comes from.
I'll look at the other three goobers.
Yeah, that's like pretty common. I'm gonna have to...
Rod.
Don't elves just mean, demons?
No, not. Well,
Well, I mean, like, this is where his answer is tough, because if he was investigating like any other magic, he'd be like, oh yeah, I'm like worshipping like conjuration or something like that. But I feel like the specific answer, if I'm investigating elven magic, is kind of rough.
Well, ask him that in character. Like, I don't know how to tell you.
Expand on elven magic.
you shall.
What? Hold on. I need to look at what my school of magic even is.
Well, you cast like all of them, basically.
Yeah, but like the
Enchanting?
yeah, it could be enchanting. It could also be. I just want to see what this one is. Evocation. It's an evocation school.
So wait.
I wanted
The
to
Lord
look
of.
at the thoughts.
I mean, you've noticed that my Eldritch Blast or my magics have like this sort of aura about them, right?
I also
mean, yeah.
notice you summon black holes.
yeah, that's pretty fucking cool. How do you do that? I want to do that too. That seems incredibly useful.
Well, I mean, like, I'm not one for sharing secrets, as like most mages aren't. So
Yeah.
we'll see. We'll see.
Can't you just So, wait, I'm confused. It doesn't mean demons?
That's not a spell.
That's so
someone
funny.
can
He's so
cast.
far behind. Based.
Listen here, little.
You can't just cast the spell demons?
No, different. Just talking about the black holes.
It's not just something that he can do just because he's him?
What?
I'm him.
Yeah, he's
no
him.
one just
He's
no
listening
one
out
just
deep.
does that.
Well,
no one just
that's
does
not
that.
actually necessarily true. Sorcerers kind of do just do
Yeah,
that.
that's what I was.
Really?
Isn't that how sorcerers
Yeah, even
work?
Maximus knows that because you fought that wild sorcerer before.
We fought a Burning Bright, I think, right?
I thought they
no,
could
you
just
fought the
That was
wild
another
sorcerer
campaign.
in the previous
Yeah,
arc.
yeah.
Oh,
I
yeah,
thought they could kind of just do that.
they can do some stuff, yeah.
So.
There's people, but
Yes,
sometimes they have
Dana.
to refine their. I have arcane education, right? Formal one, right?
What?
Hakon? I've received formal education on the
Oh,
arcane.
yeah,
that's
of
correct,
course,
right? Yeah. So I know that sorcerers sometimes, even their innate abilities, they have to unlock through studying their own like magic. And training
Kind of.
with it,
It's
right?
fundamentally different than a wizard, though. No two sorcerers are the same. Their magic doesn't function.
Exactly.
Frankly, yeah, Granny and Zednius are almost guaranteed sorcerers. Because Warlock isn't even viewed as like a type of spellcaster. It's viewed as like a subset of sorcerer because they have some innate magic.
Yeah. So what I say is that, well, no matter if he can just do it or not, he might have had to study to get there. It's not that simple.
I'll turn back to Maximus and say, "Will you clue me in on what you know now?"
No.
I'm looking more warily at Zidnius now. So. The elves don't always just mean demons. Looking back at the other.
No.
Oh?
No one
No.
always. But when someone's like saying they're studying magic, is it uncommon to say I'm studying elven magic?
Is it
Not
uncommon
at
to say
all,
that?
right?
No, that's incredibly common.
All right.
Because elven magic was like incredible, right?
Yeah. Also, don't
Studying
you
that
speak
and
Elvish,
wanting to use
Corvus?
it is...
Or was that a different mage? I had a mage in a campaign recently who learned Elvish like when they made their character because it's like the language of magic.
It was
I
think it was
do know magic.
Yannick.
Maybe.
I do, however, know Elvish.
Okay, well, yeah, there you go. So, yeah, saying you're studying Elvish is super normal.
Yeah.
Not in the context of learning magic, no.
Well, any type of magical engagement, even like you, like
Yeah.
even for someone with Arcana.
Yeah.
Okay. Alright.
Okay.
So,
And you still won't open your mouth?
sorry, give me a moment, I'm thinking. Puzzle out what you all have been telling me. God, how do you all do this stuff?
It's fine.
Elvish
That,
equal not demon.
What'd you say you detected? A Fae and a...
Fiend.
What?
Fiend.
Are fiends just demons?
Yes.
Not exactly, but kinda, pretty much.
Corvus, you're complicating it.
Yeah.
Yes?
To dumb it down,
No.
yes.
Why is there...
What's the difference?
It sounds like the answer is actually no.
Well, a fiend doesn't have to be a demon, but all demons are fiends, you know?
Oh. Okay, that makes sense.
And there's some entities that are like fiendish in nature, but aren't necessarily demons. But in general, fiends are just considered to be evil nonetheless, I believe.
So what's the issue then?
Do I get to roll a history check, or am I just blabbering?
We're on Arcana check. This is not really history anymore. The boundary between fiends and other extraplanar creatures is a really loose one. For example, in the histories of the Hellion pantheon, it was originally stated that the angels of Aurelian's soul, who sometimes appeared on battlefields, were demons summoned by the enemy side, and thus, when detected by paladins, they were seen as demons as well, which raises a whole question about the subjectivity of how divine sense actually functions. But to keep it really simple, what you said is basically true. Any extraplanar creature with evil intent is typically considered a demon. Though, in some cases, supernatural entities of rival gods can also be considered fiends for the purposes of divine sense.
It means it's an entity with evil intent.
Now explain that to Maximus.
Yeah, good luck on that one.
Basically,
Yeah.
a fiend just
You're
means
saying
it's a place.
yeah.
It's something that's not from this plane of existence that's trying to harm us, in general speaking. Very roughly speaking, that's about it.
That's trying to harm us.
Harm this
Not-
plane.
Not
Has
good
evil
intent.
intentions. Yeah.
So the Fae has evil intentions.
That's a very good point,
They
actually.
all have
What's the difference
evil
between a
intentions.
fae and a fiend? That's a great question.
Yeah. Yo,
Not
so-
necessarily, but I
yeah,
believe
I'll
some.
bring that up. So what's the difference between a Fae and a Fiend?
That's very tough to answer, honestly.
Yeah, now we get into the subjective nature of divine sense.
You see, fiends are red and black, and Fae are pink and purple. That's
Faes.
And green.
Do
yes.
they come from different places, or
Yes.
That, in addition to Fae's intentions, are a wider range than
but fiends?
just.
Yeah,
Fiends
Fae are just fucking chaotic. Fiends are usually just very archetypical evil, but Fae are like,
usually.
at one point they're telling you a joke and laughing with you, at the other point they want to fucking eat your guts. It's all over the place.
Usually evil or always evil?
For
What,
the
fiends?
fiend,
Or,
Yeah, fiends.
always evil.
as far as I'm aware, always. I don't know of a single case where it hasn't been that. But to be fair, it's pretty hard to find data on this.
Does that make sense? And that's just how your magics define them. The magics just know that they're evil intentioned, and so classifies.
guessing
them
it
as
would be Aurelian's soul telling him this. Divine sense.
Yep.
Oh,
Yeah, I don't know exactly how it's flavored, but it's
No, you were
like-
right. It was yeah, that's true. It's Aurelian soul telling you.
Aurelian soul tells us they're evil.
Yes.
From his point of view.
Good lord.
But we're assuming his point of view to be the correct one, obviously.
Yeah,
It
he's
is.
omniscience, omnipotent.
Exactly.
You said that a little suspiciously.
No, I said obviously because there's people out there heretics who believe otherwise. And from their point of view, their god might tell them that,
So their divine sense would be different?
yes, their divine sense might tell them that Premius is a fiend.
But-
even though he's just a follower of Aurelian Soul, the one true god.
But it's helped us.
What is it?
He's helped us before. He can't. But if Aurelian soul.
What?
Maximus is having like an
moment.
inner battle.
Yeah.
Aurelian Soul is not a fiend. Other gods might deceive their followers to make them believe he's a fiend.
Corvus, you're muddling the mixture right now.
Maximus looks like he's come to a decision. If Aurelian soul says it's evil and bad intentioned, then that is the way. And I'll turn to Zednius.
Yeah, pretty much.
Spill it. Now.
Grabs the string.
Sure. I've sort of, what would you call it? Like, it wouldn't be trapped, but like
Bonded.
enslaved almost.
Or enslaved. You could do that if you want to make it fucked up. But yeah, bonded, enslaved, whatever.
Well, no, bonded seems like it's an equal relationship. I want
Which
this
it definitely
to
is.
seem more like,
Yeah. It's not.
Yeah,
No,
yeah,
it is
I want it
not.
to be like Hegel is essentially he has to do what I want if I want it. bad
Yeah, you
enough.
can say enslaved
For
if you
now.
want.
Brought
Okay.
into your service.
Through my research, I uncovered let's call it this fiend, and I what is it? Caged it in this realm to obey me. It cannot disobey me, and it will do whatever I say. And it is, as Maximus said, helped us.
And yet,
Running inside on that.
you're attempting to bring back this
God damn
Lord
it.
of Ink.
What? Where'd you get that from?
Where did I didn't? Nobody ever said that.
I looked, used it.
The
Didn't the black dog say something like that?
Did he
The
say
black
that? I
dog
thought he was
said, "Do you
associated.
think it's possible?" And I said, "I don't know what that is." Kinda.
No.
I don't know what you're talking about, officer.
For insight, I don't know. This is really complicated because what Yogi said is like, sorry, what Zednia said is like 98% true. Hetegal is subservient to his will. Hetegal has helped him in the past. Zednius has never once thought that Hetegal is like trying to hurt the Empire. Like genuinely, he's never once indicated that, even in his own private thoughts. So I don't know. Like, I mean, you can make a deception check if you want, Zednius, but I guess the premise is that you're trying to say that he's enslaved you, which isn't necessarily true. It's kind of more equal than that. So yeah, make a deception check. That's hard though. This is like, I think we're reaching the limits of how insight checks function here, because that's like a very well crafted lie. Yeah, Corvus, I'm not going to say like you're immediately not suspicious anymore, but what he gave is a plausible explanation. You know that familiars exist.
Yeah.
You know that creatures like
I mean,
that
with
can
the
be bound
two
to
failed
service.
insight checks on demon worship, I feel
Oh, that
like
is a good point. Yeah, that is 2 failed ones. In a
Yeah,
row.
like I'm basically he's throwing me off.
Yeah,
the trail
I will say,
pretty hard.
Zednius, you do hear a not a voice, but you feel the emotion well up as Atagal will resummon himself and say, "Reveal."
Sure, I guess.
Okay. As you think this over, Primius, on the ground in front of Zednius, you see a creature sort of emerge as the invisibility pulls off in patches. It has 3 legs supporting its body with a tripod, spindly little things, a central round orb, and 2 tiny little wings. It remains relatively still, and it's about 3 feet tall.
Holy fuck.
Yeah, I'm gonna attack it.
Oh,
And
okay.
he's
Well,
gonna
as,
disappear.
yeah, I mean, yeah, as you swing for the thing, it disappears. It unsummons itself.
Didn't we just say that it's under his control? Why are we attacking it?
But yeah, Primius swings, it like goes through thin air, and then he, re-readies himself.
What the hell?
Under his control or not, association with them is not tolerable.
It's not association, it's using them.
Is that
Might
true,
as
Al?
well.
Might as well. Might as well.
Yeah?
Is that what you think?
Well, if it's useful,
I help
not
the Empire in
harmful.
any way that I see fit.
Exactly.
As judges, we're granted a little bit of leniency on our methods.
Primius, all these puzzle pieces in your head, non-traditional party. They've done some bad things in the past. They're troublesome. All of them start to connect in your head, and you're like, oh my fucking god, they assigned me to the party of fucking unhinged people. No! They gave me the, guy who enslaves demons, the murderous fireball dude, the fucking Fey worshipper. They gave you their strongest battles.
Because you're the sleepiest soldier.
Why me?
But oh wait, yeah, I'll turn to Zednius at this point. Why would Primius brings up a good point. Why would Aurelian Soul want you meddling with something that he's decreed as evil?
I couldn't tell you, but I mean, what is it he says? It's like it's all happening for a reason. Everything that happens is under his permission. And I've been helping the Empire. I mean, if I
You
were to
dare
lose control, then
hide behind the guise
hide.
of Aurelian Soul.
I'm here.
I'll be back in like a minute.
You think he would deem you to look into this? Into the debauchery of this?
Well, listen. Let's not be hasty. Calm down.
Calm. How can I be calm?
I'm not quite sure that's for you to figure out, but please do it.
Are there any conditions you would like me to set? I mean, like, without this, I'm afraid.
On the other hand, I should be relaxed. When I burn heretics, I should be relaxed. Should be relaxed.
Hey, this guy's unhinged, that needs what we do.
The sanest paladin.
I'm gonna look to Grania and ask if she can calm him.
Oh yeah.
Grania, can you calm him down, please?
Stop.
signing or
No,
saying?
no.
He's saying, I don't know if you
I'm
can
saying.
sign that. Yeah.
Yeah, if he's saying that, I'm like immediately like interposing myself. We're not casting any spells, especially that was affecting the minds on each other. I will counterspell that.
She also will sign. It's only temporary anyway, as we found out last time.
Wait, also, just a little thing I just realized.
Random.
Earlier on, I would have had to make a check to counterspell Grania's counterspell because she upcasts automatically, right?
No, it doesn't upcast automatically. She's off the plane of existence.
Not to
Well,
seventh,
but to fifth
whatever.
level.
Oh,
I think it's
Which is
because I
higher
used
than
the
third.
scroll
it's way too late.
instead.
It doesn't matter.
It was
No,
capped?
it is true. It would have been fifth,
Yeah,
but it's too late for that now.
yeah.
Oh
I'm
wait,
not
no,
saying
he
it's
did with a
irrelevant right
scroll.
now.
No, Dodo's right. He did with his scroll. It would
was
have been
capped.
level 3.
Yeah,
It's
Oh, you just
also
have the counterspell scroll running around?
I did whenever I visited the Department of Magic. Yeah.
well, even if you failed, I mean, I counterspelled yours, so all of our
Yeah.
spell slots are
It
burned.
all
Yeah,
The
completely,
outcome wouldn't have changed.
erased itself. Well, Primius, sounds like you're
Prometheus
Coming
is
a bit
gonna try and
murderous.
kill me. I'm gonna
Yeah.
take a couple steps back.
sure.
Yeah, Prometheus is like rubbing his temple right now.
Okay.
Prometheus, you know I worship Aurelian Soul. I donated my brother to the flames.
Wait, like a human sacrifice?
No, it burned his body.
Oh.
The
I
Severus
misunderstood
incident.
that. Yeah, I know. In
You're-
character, I don't.
Yeah, but you would know what that means.
Yeah, I guess.
Trying to light the
Sometimes
mood
it's just
around
funny.
here.
But a
You
hell of a mood,
cannot
huh?
talk yourself out of anything.
Remius. Don't. Let's not risk the integrity of our mission. Let's deal with this after we found the real Green Rider. For now, it doesn't seem to be a clear problem. When it becomes a clear problem that hinders our mission, I will be on your side, Premiers. But until then, let's refocus and look at our priorities, okay?
You mean until it's too late? Until
Telling
that
you,
decrepit Lord of Ink rears its head?
What is this Lord of Ink? Why do you keep referring
Premiers,
to
are you
What is it? Is it
some
don't-
is it a
ancient
demon?
elven thing?
I don't
Is
know
it-
what it is. That's why it's getting to me.
I don't
It-
I don't know what a lot of things are. And yet I don't assume that most of them are trying to hurt me.
You see, Premiers. Please don't make me pull this card. But we've been kind of giving you free reign because of your family, but don't go
How?
insane on us.
I'm relaxed.
Are you still holding
relaxed.
your weapon?
No,
Okay. Okay.
Premius is gonna sheath it.
Okay.
Alright.
That's a good start.
Now that we've all decided not to kill each other,
How about we kill this fucking Fey place instead?
let's get back to the
Grania?
actual task at hand.
Grania had a lead on that. You can bring us there and we destroy the core of this, right?
She'll sign the thing that are guarding it won't be easy to fight though.
Do you have any idea what it is? Have you seen it before?
She'll sign. I've heard of it, but I'm not really sure what it's capable of besides it's something to be feared.
What about your little pixie friend? Does it know anything about it? That could help us? Can you
So I
go ask
know-
it?
She signed. It just showed me where it was.
Well, without the fluttering one, even with the fluttering one, you won't be able to get to there the same way that you got there before, because that tunnel was barely big enough to fit you, much less, the whole party. So you may need to consult the fluttering one of alternate approaches, or just follow your heart and just go where, whatever makes you feel closest to the Mother of Groves. So,
I think for now she's just. I have an idea of what to do, but we'll see
Alright.
what the party wants.
Oh, are we... Grania, do you think this is the only way to stop? In fact, actually, I'm gonna go look at our... What did the guy tell us he wanted to do about it? About this whole thing?
well,
Nothing.
The governor?
Yeah, the governor
He
just
was-
said...
With a letter.
Sorry, the Master of Judges, all he said was go check in on this thing and help these local quaestors. But all 4 of those quaestors have now declared an independent province and say that, oh no, we're actually chilling. We've applied to the Emperor to get this all approved. We're just vibing. But it had been determined that that is an unacceptable state of affairs and that the Fae must be eradicated.
Yeah, we're thinking this is witchcraft, secular law, which we're allowed to enforce and feel like we should.
Grenier will also go add on and sign.
The only reason I see fit to stay here anymore is to get that tattered cloth for your scrying.
Grenier will sign whatever this reason the Fae realm is crossing over to ours. I don't think it's going to stop here.
And I think it's dangerous and we should stop. It's a threat to the Empire. You care about that, right, Premius?
They're taking territory.
Exactly.
Well,
This is basically an act of conquest
well,
against the realm of the Almighty.
Stop talking, Corvus.
I mean, we kind of know, because the people here have declared it to be a territory of Aurelian Soul.
Yeah, but they're obviously under control of whatever's happening here.
They have to pay tribute to these Fae.
That is actually true. Yeah, they give offerings to the Fae, yeah.
Oh, you're right.
That is true.
Is there something about worshipping false idols in religion?
Not in secular law, which is what you're enforcing.
Oh, yeah,
But
that's right.
related, though. For sure.
But yeah, I mean, bro, in religious law, holy shit! If you guys were still part of the Department of Faith, you would actually be killing everyone in these 4 villages. It'd be the genocide.
Yeah, we'd be
session.
boiling this place
So,
down.
yeah, but we're not doing that anymore. We're good boys.
Sag.
Well, I don't think it's for us to determine that. If a neighboring country invades, sure, we can attempt to fight them off ourselves, but it's not up to us to declare it an act of war.
Well, just to save us a little bit of time, to loop through the previous discussion which we had on this was, okay, then what do we next? Do we leave the village entirely? That was seen as unacceptable because the time effects of the zone. Do we contact the Master of Judges? That'll be 4 days. Who knows how long that'll take to actually happen, because again, fucked up Fae time effects. Do we contact a religious official in the nearby city of Patricia and have them come to figure it out? In that case, Again, fucked up time effects. That was the main contention, which was you don't know how time is working in here because it's a part of the Feywood, ostensibly. So that makes a lot of your decisions kind of like final. Like if you choose to leave, you may never be able to come back, and everyone here may be fully subsumed within the Fey realm, which would be the deaths of, like almost 2,000 people.
Did we forge a document?
That sounds like a terrible idea.
That sounds like it would go directly against our. Well, actually, is it illegal for a legionnaire in hostile
Yes.
territory to forge a document? Okay, yeah, there we go. That's against
Now,
our
you could
mandates.
argue that it's espionage against a foreign power. That would be acceptable.
Exactly.
But
That's why I'm asking.
hey, as long as you can make the argument to Cato.
I mean, we could also just smash and grab the thing and leave.
True.
Maybe. I don't know if the Fae thing will let us leave, right? Isn't it closed back up?
Not
Well,
only
but
that,
we
you
can-
have no way of navigating the tunnels at the moment.
So we
Without
could
the local.
just, if we smash and grab without them knowing, then we can have a local.
Well, how is
No.
the Fae gonna let
It's
us
not really
leave?
called smash and grab at that point.
Well, the Fae doesn't know that we have the green thing. Does it? Do you think it will care?
There's also
I
the problem
couldn't
of
tell you.
how do we leave?
Yeah, I'm sorry, I'm still a
Smash
bit
and grab.
behind. What is this Fae thing?
All the thorns.
The
The
cocoon
area
of
you're
thorns.
within.
That
Yeah.
is like
Literally everything here.
Granny's going to interrupt and sign. Well, I'm not leaving regardless. I'm dealing with this Fae problem, so you're either with me or
Whoa.
without me.
So
I'm okay with going with you to kill this Guardian.
alright.
yeah, let's do that.
Alrighty.
You okay with that premise?
Alright.
Well, yeah, it's
Well-
worth it. Premius, are you okay with killing the hostile Fae that's entrapped 2,000 Imperial citizens?
Oh no! Let's go kill this
Actually,
fucking
Yeah.
thing that needs to be
Let's kill him.
obliterated.
Let's
Alright.
kill him. Let's smash him to death with hammers.
Real.
If we
Come on.
decided on this course of action, is there because you said these creatures would be probably very hard to fight.
Hold on.
Is there a different way to take it down? Perhaps?
She'll sign. If there is one, it would take a pretty long time to even find out how, and we're not sure how fast this thing's going to spread.
Okay. So, what exactly are we up against then?
Neat path. We have no clue.
Question, Harkon.
Yeah,
How much? I know the name of the Bear King technically,
You do.
but not the true name, but like what he's called.
yes.
Would mentioning him or his guardian be considered a bad thing?
So the Bear King likely is known by these people, by these fellow humans here. The Bear King, at least in the Feywild, his reputation is one of, like, he's like a party guy. Like, he invites humans to his feasts, and sometimes they get lost in the woods and never return and they die. But other times they actually go and then return to humankind, and like these are stories. Whether or not it's true, that's your understanding of who he is. And mentioning that he has a gate guardian here, all that they may not even know the significance of that. Like from your perspective, guardians, like that title, is one of the most powerful creatures of the Feywood. Like, this thing should be monstrous to fight, should be very difficult, should be, made of the essence of an archfey, basically like the equivalent of like an angel, something almost demigod in power, but you're not sure if these people will even understand what you're talking about.
Okay, well then I
Oh.
think she'll just sign. If you've ever heard of stories of the Fae, the Bear King, it's a follower of his that's guarding whatever that's causing this.
Have I heard of the Bear King?
Nope.
The Bear King.
Oh, I thought you just said people told stories about it.
No. In the Athaloran, they told stories about it.
Oh!
Oh, I misunderstood that as well. to be
Oh,
honest.
sorry.
Yeah,
No,
I
yeah.
thought
In Athaloran, they told stories of the Bear King, but two of you do know the Bear King. Maximus and Zenius, you were
Yeah, me
invited
and
to his
Maximus
party.
were invited to his feast.
Wait, that guy who invited us to not him, but we got
Wedding?
invited to one of his parties way back, where was that?
I was on the frontier inside the Dead
Granny's
Yeah,
gonna look
that was
confused
like
and
part
sign. You got
one.
invited to the Bear King's party?
Oh yeah, you weren't there yet. Yeah.
We were a quickling.
We were down south. And
It was a quickling, yeah.
Deadwood, right?
What were we even doing in there?
You were, I honestly, I don't remember anymore, but you do remember the
Lurple.
incident, Yogi. I can tell, because you meant, no, it wasn't the Lurple incident, it was before that. But yeah, you mentioned the quickling, because yeah, it was the little blue guy who invited you.
Were we looking for the hag, or was that after?
Oh, no, it was that. No, that was after, because that was the Lurple incident. It was before
Hag.
that. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That was like a year and a half ago.
Some little blue creature invited us to his party. I think we were in the Deadwood, right? I'll look at Zednius.
Yes.
He'll
This
just
party.
slowly say, okay, well, we'll be fighting one of his followers.
Well, we've got no alliance towards him. I don't know anything about him. We didn't go to the party.
Yeah, what of his followers? What does that entail? Granny, how much do you know about this guy?
Rainier, roll me
only
a-
stories that he's... Oh, sorry, yeah.
Yeah, roll me. So you can, the stories thing is automatic, but you may know some additional information. So let's get ourselves a, fuck, I guess Arcana check. It doesn't feel fitting here, but actually, roll me just a,
Nature for her?
no, it's not nature. Arcana's probably the closest thing. All right, I'm just going to pull up my Fey Bible document, one sec. Okay, so the Bear King is one of the Archfey. He is seen as traditionally one of the weaker ones because he relies on physical power. Anything he creates is likely also going to center on physical power, which is good because there are other Archfey that are much scarier, like the long-haired one. That guy will just kidnap you for a century, and there's just nothing you can do about it. The Mistress of Winter, horrifying. Even the Mother of Groves feared her. So, of the Archfey, confidants you could fight, the Bear King is likely one of the easier ones. It should just try to beat the shit out of you, whatever it is.
Okay. I don't think she's going to go too much.
I mean,
detail.
yeah,
She'll
that's a
just
lot
say-
of detail.
Yeah, she'll say, the stories I've heard is it's very strong, but we shouldn't have any problem at least being able to hurt it and fight it.
So, not that much magic?
She'll say, I'm not sure. I would assume they have some sort of magic.
It's Faye, everything about that shit is magic.
No,
It's chaos.
That's why I said no magic, but she said it'll just be pretty strong and try and beat the shit out of us.
Magically, who knows?
Technically, what does that
Uh-oh.
mean? What?
I don't know,
She'll-
it's Faye
she'll sign up.
confusing.
She'll sign, I would go into the assumption it has magic.
All right.
All right, two things. Chutter, I thank you for my support in burning Zenius alive.
He did support you,
and
that's true.
the other thing is, Maximus, I'm surprised you're not more concerned about your Mickey at the mention of the time constraints, or what's going on with the
Bro,
Fae.
we didn't even think about that. Why'd you say that?
Mickey's got rations on his pack. He'll be fine.
Depends how many years
But-
passed for him.
He's a smart horse. He'll have pulled loose if we've been
Hello?
going too long.
Hello? Yogi?
Hello?
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 What's the expected lifespan of a
Is it
horse?
time?
I
yeah,
lost
it's-
everybody. I don't
Yeah,
know.
it's-
25 years?
I think they live like 25, 30 years. Wow.
How old
Well-
is Mickey?
Let's not talk
Right,
about this
like-
right now. Anyways, is there any final things we need to do before we go pursue this lead with Granny at our head? Okay. Well then, Granny, what is your method of discovering the portal? Also, are you resummoning the fluttering one?
Not yet. I have a plan for that.
Okay. Well then, what is your method of finding the portal?
I'm going to basically say that I'm gonna go back to where I met the pixie at, and get him to lead us there, or the fairy, and get him to lead us there again.
Okay, the party joins you. You all leave the barn. You head out towards the thorn wall, and because the flutter one spawns, summons in invisible, he will, merge out. He'll play along, merge out into the thorns, then, drop some visibility, then fly back towards you. He will light on a little branch, and all of you see a insectoid creature with bluish fur, two large, sort of fly-like eyes, and he will look at you all and speak in Sylvan, which I think only Grania speaks, I would imagine.
Yeah.
Okay. And he'll say, "Can they understand us?"
fuck is that thing?
She'll respond back telepathically. I don't think so.
He'll say in Sylvan, he'll point at Maximus and say, "Hello."
I'll shake my hammer at it. Go away, you!
The fluttering one will move back like another branch and say, "We cannot take this path to the heart. We'll have to go through one of the main tunnels. There's too many of you."
I'll look at Grania. You know what that thing
Go.
is?
It's a
she'll
pixie,
nod.
Maximus. We saw it after the
Very.
displaced beast.
Oh. What does it want?
It's supposed to lead us in, isn't it?
Oh.
That is what
fuck.
Granite told you.
Right. Yep, I forgot. Maximus was here, I wasn't.
I meant to
Maximus
Arrow
is
there.
just also a little, like, xenophobic.
Stupid. Yeah, correct.
Alrighty. Well, the fairy will alight a little bit in front of Grania, and then he'll begin to guide you guys. You move along
Granite will
the...
motion them to follow.
Yeah, you move along the thorn wall, and as you move along this thorn wall, he begins to guide you in the direction of the final town that you have not visited, Magilno, because there is a sign here that's like somewhat covered up by the thorns that reads Magilno, and he will approach that wall, touch it with his hand, and much like how the locals of this region seem capable of like making the thorns pull out of the way just by the touch of the Fae, the large thorns remove, and you guys find yourself entering a narrow tunnel. I assume you follow behind?
Granite will lead in.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna
Alrighty.
cast Mage Armor on myself.
Okay. You guys head inside the tunnel and walk for quite a while. In the boughs around you, you can see occasional pixies, fairies, even smaller little things that are almost like little blips of light. You can't make out any physical figure trailing behind you. And eventually, he touches the far end. The door opens, and you find yourself in another one of these great caverns. This town is small. There is it's the smallest of the 4 towns you've been in. And on one of the cavern walls, you can see a imperial watchtower made of wood, recently constructed. And around it, you can see a number of tents. And based on the number of tents, as well as the singular flag, there are 6 contubernium of soldiers stationed at that one particular wall of the cavern. And the fairy seems to flutter in the air and pause for a moment, then he turns to Grania. "That's the entrance to the heart. The portal. They're guarding it."
Granite will speak with them telepathically. Do you think we could sneak past if we were invisible?
"I don't know. They're humans. You'd have to decide that. I could also bring you one by one to the portal chamber, but I suspect that would not be wise."
She'll turn around to the group and say, "It looks like we're not the only ones who know about it. It seems like they're guarding it."
Yeah,
She'll sign again. We
civilians
could.
hide more. They hide more.
Well, they're not
She'll sign.
civilians,
We
so
could
it's
try
the...
to go in
You're
and
right.
groups.
They're heretics.
No, but actually, they're not civilians. They're soldiers. They're the Athelina Auxiliary. These are former soldiers. They have armor. They have you can see a centurion's flag. They are actually soldiers.
Yeah, they would take some of our resources to get rid of if we
It
wanted
looks
to kill
almost
them.
like 40 or 50 people.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's almost a full century.
She'll sign. Probably the best way to get around is going in 2 groups of invisible.
What's the holdup?
She'll look towards the people she knows have invisibility.
Do you want to talk around town at all, or are you just going to try to invisible through the...
That's probably the best way. If they have this many soldiers over here, I think they know about it. And that was Grania's assumption that she told the group.
Yeah. Well, Zenius, Primius, Maximus, Corvus, thoughts on how to proceed?
I'm a little low on spells. I'd prefer to save it for an encounter.
As-
And I'll look towards Corvus.
You can cast invisibility, Grania?
She'll nod.
On how many people?
She'll start counting on her hands. It is, I believe, 3. Let me see.
Invisibility is 2nd level. You get 1 I think it's 4, because it's 1 for 2nd level, 2 for 3rd, 3 for 4th, and 5 for 5th. No, sorry, 4 for 5th.
Yeah, she'll hold it 4 then.
And there's 5 of us.
Yep.
Yeah, so I can make one more invisible and then we're good.
Okay.
Seems like a plan.
Grania, you cast invisibility. And then Maximus, Zednius, Premius, Grania all fade. And Corvus, you cast invisibility on yourself.
Yep.
All right, how are we going to move as a group?
Nico.
Oh my god,
Probably
that's an awful question. Hand holding.
You chain together or just following the fluttering one because he doesn't stand out as much.
He doesn't stand out, but if you all follow him, you're probably going to be bumping into each other and tripping over shit. So
That's true.
Hand
I
holding.
guess like
hand holding it
wider.
is. Yeah. Okay, we all hold hands.
I'm
the fluttering one-
gonna not be holding hands with Primius.
How are you going to distinguish who is Premius or not? It's just a bunch of invisible people.
You can tell because he smells like Premius. Oh no.
Maybe.
I'll detect magic eyes. I don't know.
His two glowing eyes appear floating in the air as he
That would break
detects
the
Premius.
invisibility.
Oh no, actually, oh yeah, because it's casting a spell would actually break it. Okay,
Oh.
so you hold hands with the people that are close to you. You'll figure out who they are when you break invisibility later on. And the five of you begin to follow the fluttering one. He flies sort of like wavily through the air, still visible. And as you get closer to the wall that he originally indicated, you find the town of Mogolino is probably less than 50 people. There are a total of 8 buildings. These would be packed with whole families. And here you can see that in the little Athelina auxiliary that's guarding this wall, there is a centurion. He even has an old centurion's helmet that's all beat up with like plumage and stuff. And he's commanding the men and talking about, oh, we're going to do these guard shifts and you should be practicing your skills. And one contuberniem is like digging a trench. Like, this seems to all have come up relatively recently. Maximus can make a better estimate, but recent is good enough for now. And I need a stealth check from everyone in the party as you attempt to basically walk straight through the middle of the camp of almost 50 men to the wall that they are guarding.
With advantage because we're invisible.
No, this is sound, but so, I mean, you're not going to get seen, so it's just base stealth.
All of us make it?
All of you.
Oh,
Do I have disadvantage on this?
Because you're plate armor, yeah.
Your armor.
Unfortunate.
What's that weird clanking noise coming from this camp full of soldiers with armor? It's probably nothing.
Early. So, make a stealth check at disadvantage. I'll tell you now, there's not a single person here with plate armor.
Uh-oh, well.
Chainmail is also loud.
It is, but it's a different noise.
Yeah.
Okay, so we have a 6, a 16, an 11, a
That's
13, and a
fair.
7. Do we have any things that we can do to make ourselves more stealthy here?
Hope harder.
Unfortunately, that is not a spell.
Besides casting a spell,
Yeah, because that would break your invisibility, yeah.
At least someone hit, whatever that. Pass without a trace, there it is.
Yeah. Alrighty,
No,
well,
don't.
we walk into the camp and clank, clank, thud, clank, and a couple soldiers begin to glance over, just towards the road. And as, you guys look at the road as well, you can find that Maximus is actually leaving footprints in the dusty road you guys are walking across due to the weight of his armor and general equipment. He weighs almost, I think, 300 pounds with all of his shit on him. Or at least, I know 200 at minimum.
I weigh 228 normally, and then
Plus,
the armor is...
Yeah.
Armor's like 35, just about.
Okay, so 250 pounds. And you start to see notable footprints. You're also holding hands, so you're clustered together, but you can see a group of 2 soldiers start to walk over to the trail, one of them holding a spear, and they seem to be like talking to each other, and one of them says, "What the hell is that?" And the other one says, "You think it's something fey?" But they are getting closer as we speak. You're a solid 50 feet from the wall.
I want to attempt to disperse.
Okay, so you let go of someone's hand, the only hand that you were holding because you're at the back of the line, and you move elsewhere. Make a stealth check for yourself. Zenius, you feel someone to your right lets go of your hand and leaves the main group.
Okay. I'll disperse as well. And then I also want to telepathically tell Hegal to go, like, behind them a ways, and then, I don't know, move a rock or something, make some noise.
Okay. Make a stealth check at advantage for yourself.
Oh,
Not great, Blake. Not great.
went out a bit of advantage.
Oof.
Nope. Corvus, what are you doing?
Is there anything nearby that I can climb?
Yeah, there's a low stone wall.
I'm walking that up with my slippers of spider climb.
Woo! Okay, no stealth check needed. Granny, what do you do?
Granny is going to communicate to the fluttering one. Can you scare them off or try to make it seem like it's something Fey related?
Well, he's just lazily floating through the air at the moment in front of you guys to like guide the whole pack. But when you mention that, he will spin around. He has an idea. Make a stealth check at advantage for yourself.
Okay.
And Maximus, since there are two little fuckers flying around attempting to support, you can make a stealth check in neutral.
Isn't Zednius louder than I am at the moment? Because he got a 6 and I got a 7.
Well, no, because you're making new stealth checks. So if you roll above a 6 here, then he would be louder than you.
Oh, I see. Okay. At neutral, sick. Okay, it's gonna put
Be an at-1?
disadvantage automatically, but
No, it is neutral. Oh, I see what you're saying. It's going to be disadvantage, but we should take
I
the
got
one
a
left. 22.
22.
Nice.
which is a nat 20 for me.
Yeah, great. Oh, you're right. Yeah, that is a nat 20. Sick. All right, so Maximus and Granny, you guys never let go of each other's hands. You just continue towards the wall. Corvus, you just walk up the low stone wall, literally silently, because spider climb does not make a noise. So you're just fine. You're just standing on a low stone wall. You're good. Permius and Zednius, when you guys let go of each other's hands and you both start walking backwards, you both pick the same direction. Your legs hit each other. You both tumble down onto the dirt. It is tragic. In the distance, you hear the sound of like a rock sliding, but when the two guards hear a tumbling noise and like a muffled in front of them, they don't like think, oh, that's probably, they don't look back at the rock being moved by Het Hagal. However, a fairy, flies in front of them and starts to like spin and loop and stuff like that, just to basically get in front of their faces and distract them. And they start to like, get a bit discombobulated. So Corvus, Maximus, and Granite, you've all reached the wall. You're just waiting for the fluttering one. Zednius and Permius, you guys have one last chance to get there before something bad will happen. So stealth check for both of you.
Stealth check.
Nope, neutral.
Oh, nice.
Okay, let me go check the passive perception of these two legionnaires. So, Permius, you crouch down and try to avoid cursing at Zednius for tripping, or whoever that was, from tripping you up. And you make your way towards the wall, basically on your hands and knees, crawling over there. They remain distracted by the Fae long enough. Zednius, it takes you a minute to reorient yourself, and you pause, not wanting to trip over someone else's legs again. So you pause, you watch as the Fae dances in front of the face of the two legionnaires, and then you make your break for it. You dodge to the left, away from the two soldiers, and as the fluttering one withdraws back over to the wall, you watch as they stab the ground where you just were, and they sort of stab into the footprints of Maximus that were left on the road, and they just seem really fucking confused. And you can hear the two of them talking. One says, "God damn fucking Fae, always trucking around. You think they put those too?" And he gestures towards the footprints, and the other soldier just kind of shrugs. Yeah, they returned to what they were doing. The lack of understanding of magic has greatly played in your favor today. But as the fluttering one approaches, before he touches the wall, he will say in Sylvan to you, Grania, "When I touch it, they're all going to know that you've entered."
She'll reply telepathically and just say, "So we just have to run for it?
Yes.
Will it close behind us?"
Yes. Unless they can open it. Do you have any way of blocking off your retreat so they can't chase you?
I believe so. Plant growth should be especially powerful here now.
Should be, yeah.
Yeah, she'll respond yes.
Okay, well, you're still holding hands with Maximus, but Maximus has lost Corvus, and Corvus lost everyone else, so do you do any way of communicating to the rest of them that they need to sprint through at full speed the moment the door opens?
Yeah, Grania says, "Hey, you should guys sprint at full speed." No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, says.
Yeah, exactly.
Whoa!
That was a joke.
Yeah, good one.
No, I don't have any way to do it.
Okay, well then. The door opens, the entire wall, a 20-foot wide passageway, the largest of any gate that you've approached at this point. Thorns begin to withdraw. Every single soldier in the camp starts to look at the door. And Grania, in this moment, you could just drop invisibility if you wanted. You don't have to, but that would be one way to communicate.
I think she's gonna give it a few seconds. And then she's gonna drop invisibility and then start sprinting in.
Okay, at this point, I need initiative checks. Permius, Maximus, and Zednius, because you had Maximus had forewarning, but
Premius and Zenius, both of you make initiative checks, because from your perspective, your invisibility dropped. You see Grania sprinting inside, and every single soldier in the camp is like grabbing weapons and starting to approach the door. So, Premius, you sprint inside immediately. Usain Bolt inside, 18 miles an hour. You're so fast. Zenius, it takes you a moment. You're like, what am I supposed to? And then you see Grania, so you start to sprint inside. But you are going to take 10 piercing damage as an arrow thuds into your shoulder from one of the soldiers who just happened to be near the entrance at the time. And then Corvus, since you have your own invisibility, you can actually remain invisible while running inside. So
Wait, they don't have to roll to hit? They just
Well,
hit me?
if you want it to roll to hit, I can do 8 attacks against you and see which one hits, and then roll damage on every single individual attack. Oh, okay. All right.
Grumble.
Grumble. I'm just trying to save us all time. Corvus, you sprint inside as well, but you're still invisible. And Grania, you cast.
As soon as I think
growth.
everyone's inside, yeah.
Yeah. You all watch as the gate, this yawning opening, 20 feet by, 10 feet tall, normally far too big for a plant growth spell. Grania holds out her hand. You watch as her eyes glow a bright green because Grania, you have access to your feature again because you're within Athelorn. So a plant growth, vines wither down, and it's almost like the door closes, except it's double thickness. It's now like 4 feet thick of vines and roots and thorns and everything else as the wall completely slams shut behind you, plunging you into darkness. Do we have a light source?
My eyes.
That's not a great light
Torch.
source, but okay, you take out a torch, Maximus, and Corvus, do you drop your invisibility?
We're entirely
No.
separate from the soldiers.
Yes, there is a 3-foot thick thorn wall between you.
All right, I'll drop my invisibility and cast light.
Alrighty, Corvus, there is a sort of 20-foot light around you. Maximus, you light a torch, and Premius just looks around with his goofy-ass eyes.
Can you cast light on multiple things?
Nope.
Unfortunate.
Prestidigitation doesn't work for a light either, right?
No.
Not for a long-term light. It can be like a spark every 6 seconds, but that's not really...
Oh, okay.
Hear me out, right? Cast it on my shield, because when we're fighting the thing, I'm going to be really close to it, so you'll all be able to see it.
Yep.
Anyway,
I'll do that.
excellent. I put the torch away.
Also,
And you take the vanguard.
Okay.
in preparation for the battle, I'm going to use the
Clonk, clonk,
Branch of
clonk.
Squatha and get my spell slot back.
Okay, and Grania, you feel a second heartbeat joining your own. This tunnel you're in is similar to all the other ones you guys have been in, except this one seems to have been here the longest. There is it's 30 feet wide. The ceiling is about 10 feet above you, formed of thorns and branches. The floor that you are standing on has plants growing on it, ferns and other things like that. It doesn't see much human traffic. You're not even sure if they could have opened the door behind you, but, better safe than sorry. Also, that spell you guys saw Grania cast is probably the strongest magic you've ever seen her yield. A 20-foot wide by 10-foot high by 3-foot thick barrier of vines is a pretty wild spell to cast. And as we head down the tunnel, what would our marching order be?
Before we do that, Granny will also go over to the light and sign to them. Try not to use each other's names while we're here.
Okay. Like, any of them? We do have a lot of them.
She'll nod.
Alright.
Okay.
Can we make code names?
Um,
Would that work?
Yes.
Yeah. Can we even use is it going to be the thing like that dog where the more you refer to someone as a specific thing, the more power it has over them?
She'll sign. I wouldn't risk anything.
Alright,
So let's use nicknames that others pick which means that we don't necessarily identify with them, right?
They have to change constantly. So why don't we just, I think it'll be pretty obvious through context who we're talking to.
On the fly? Yeah, sure.
Yeah, if you shout out, hey, cast counterspell, I'm pretty sure you're not talking to me.
By the way, as we go forward, try to keep the chatter as character as possible, and I will be keeping that in mind. The names you use, etc. Additionally, Zednius, Hedhagal needs to leave. Your magic can remain, but his body is starting to rend itself apart. Perfect.
Yeah.
As for Maximus, after you entered here, you were kind of panicked. Your heart was pounding. You lit your torch, but now that you have a moment to sort of just absorb the vibes here, it doesn't feel right. The light seems a little bit too bright. The shadow is a bit too deep. it's hard to describe because you don't really have this like sixth sense of magic like other people, but it does feel familiar to the time you went into the Deadwood. And I think that Premius, with your magical understanding, would understand that this does not feel like your home. Your connection to Aurelian Soul is weaker here than it was back home. I think, Corvus, you're the most oblivious to this just because, one, you've never been on another plane before, and two, your magic doesn't come from, a god or a patron. It's just you.
I smack my lips. Tastes like the Deadwood in here.
Alex,
Yeah.
before we go in, I'd like to light my Sun Spirit.
What's that? Oh, you
It's
just
my
activate
weapon.
your flaming sword?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I like go in, you just mean continue down the tunnel, but yeah.
Yeah.
So what is our marching order as we head down the tunnel?
Maximus in
front.
front for sure. Yeah.
Okay, Maximus up front.
I think I'll be second to be
Okay.
closer to the fluttering one because he's still leading us.
Indeed.
I refuse to have Zednius behind me.
Okay, so are you at the back?
Yes.
Alrighty. And then Corvus and Zednius. Okay. As we continue down the tunnel, you notice that you have an entourage. It's different than the other times you were in the tunnels, though. When pixies and fairies seem to spot you, they seem to run off and then return with a larger host. And after you've headed about 100 feet down this tunnel, you have a dozen pixies, half a dozen fairies, 2 displacer beasts, a black dog, several blue little quicklings, and a raven, a remarkably normal animal, but its eyes look vaguely human. All of these animals are following you through the boughs of the thorns just beyond the barrier of this tunnel. They seem to be watching
As we're walking,
and waiting.
I'll look back. Hey, wasn't it said that the more pixies there are in an area, the more powerful they are?
I think that was something Renesmee told us.
What? No. It was
No,
said like,
I remember that from when we came in here, didn't we?
yeah.
Oh. I thought
I did-
Renesmee had like the summon pixie spell.
Remetisme also did tell you this, yeah, but you also heard it recently.
Okay.
Granny
Also,
is,
Esme, she's gonna
after
get
hearing a name,
Wait,
yeah,
I-
she's trying to signal to you guys to shut up.
rip Renesmee.
Rip.
Well, luckily she's not on this plane of existence, but you did just say her actual true name, which
Isn't
is
she?
crazy. No,
Oh, okay. I thought she was in
Who
the Feywild.
knows?
she's somewhere.
Wait, didn't
Granny
she?
was going to turn around to the rest of the party and signal to like her finger over her lips.
Yeah, that was pretty funny that you just gave her up like that.
I
What?
didn't,
You're-
no. Whoops.
Let's stop.
You all continue forward, and this horde of Fae following behind you seem to start to slow down. They start to let you go forward. To you, there's no noticeable change, but Grania, the second heart beating in your chest is growing thicker and thicker. Now you can feel it beat almost in tandem with your own heart. You feel as if you can almost reach out and just speak to the Mother of Groves. Then you notice that mushrooms are beginning to grow on either side of the path that you guys are continuing down. Strange looking ones with sort of sharp pointed caps. And does anyone in the party have a perception above an 18? Passive perception. 18 or greater. I remember Corvus's was kind of nutty. I didn't know what it was, though.
No, it was just 16. Wait. Yeah, just 16.
Oh, 16 is pretty good, but...
Wait, no,
All
not
right.
16. Sorry, 13.
Okay. Well then, never mind. As you guys continue down the path, you watch as in a single tandem burst of movement, all of the mushrooms stand up with little arms and legs, and they reveal creatures. The mushroom, what you thought were mushrooms, were actually their hats, and this is what they look like. We're gonna roll into initiative.
Ew.
Oh, that's so
Oh
cute.
god, that's what they look like.
That's what they look like.
Oh, that's.
How many of them are there?
6.
Oh.
You know what they
I
remind
hated
me
these
of?
guys in Baldur's
Elden
Gate.
Ring.
These guys fucked me.
They remind me of the small dudes in Elden Ring with torchbearer hoods.
Yeah.
Really fucking annoying ones.
I mean, they're just little guys. What are they gonna do?
Yeah,
Surely.
Big
has 15 attacks per round.
bleed damage stuff, right? Not good.
In base 5e, they're actually quite soy, but you know how we roll here.
Why can't they be kind of soy here?
They are,
You know how
actually.
we roll.
We are so Chad, they are just the soy.
They're also small size, so I don't know if that impacts any of your spells or whatever.
What if Alex
Small
is
size,
controlling
huge
and
and
they are
evil.
super soy?
We need a Corvus initiative roll.
Yeah. Which should we do? Actually, I think we need another.
No, we don't. All right, Primius, you act first.
I'm not in the order.
Neither
You
am
are.
I.
You're 19, and you guys don't see your own. I do. That's weird. I'll re-add you then. You're at 23.
I
see
don't see
everyone.
those two specifically.
I don't
saw
see
them.
Primius or me.
I'll just add you. It's fine.
Yeah.
It's fine. Because you had 23 and 19 respectively. I saw you, but whatever.
19 slash.
19 slash. Okay, there we go. Primius.
Alright, I'm going to activate my Aura of Conquest.
Okay.
Is that a bonus action?
I would not recommend doing that until, because if I recall correctly, it's a single burst, right? And it works within 30
No,
feet.
it's continuous.
Like a 30
Oh, then you don't need to
range
activate it. It
and
just is a
single
thing,
burst.
right?
No, if he's doing his like
Yeah,
fear
it's channel
spell,
divinity. Yeah.
Oh, right. It's just like if.
Yeah,
they're
the aura is automatic, but the channel divinity is like a one-time use, and there's only one creature in that range. But
Whoa.
and it might be immune to fear. Just don't
That
keep
is
your
true.
hopes up.
5,
They are.
and then my channel divinity is an action, right?
yes,
Okay. Then I think I'm just going to stab with my flame tongue.
okay. Miss. Hit. The little creature dances to the side. The second and third hit. The first attack does full damage. The second attack does half damage. Alrighty. Zenius.
I'm gonna go here.
Okay.
And I'm going to let me make sure I have vision on this guy and blast 3 times now that I'm level 11.
That sounds right, yeah.
And as soon as it loads in, I can click it.
PogChamp. Miss. Hit. Miss. You get 4 force damage. Cool. Anything
I'm
else?
pushed back.
They are immune to anything that moves them.
Oh,
Yeah. Alrighty. This one is going to... Wait, actually. How far is Maximus? 40 feet? Sheesh! Alright, it's going to use Ironbound Pursuit. It's going to sprint forward with iron boots and kick Maximus in the chest. Make a dexterity saving throw.
Ouch.
3d10 bludgeoning.
If he fails it.
I really need like Shield Master or something.
that's a good one.
Very good one.
If I
Alright, you
remember
pass,
right,
so,
you were all good.
The creature runs forward, boots like basically it's turning itself into a missile with its boots being the warhead, and you just dodge to the side, and the creature splats into the ground, catching itself, and then it spins around with a solid kick and tries to kick you again. Make a strength saving throw.
Alright, I'm better at these. Yeah, we're good.
All right, it tries to kick you. This time you catch its foot and throw it back. It is horrifically strong. You have 20 strength, right? Mm-hmm. You have equal strength to this thing. This little small gremlin creature. All right, that is the first of the red caps. Next one is going to be... all right, another one up here. So this one will... it'll move to here, and then it will use its leap to where Zenius is, and then kick him in the chest. Make a strength saving throw.
It wasn't within 5 feet of him when it did that.
It was, because it leapt as its movement, and then it kicked him in the chest as his bonus action.
Oh.
Leap is a bonus action?
Well, technically, it's called a... It's not called a leap. It's called a... What is it called?
Rip.
Someone knows the thing.
That was
Whatever.
a dex save, but you probably still fail.
Yeah, he did still fail. So you are knocked prone. You know, don't take any damage, though. And the last of the red caps in the north is going to move 40 feet. Oh, never mind. It doesn't even have to do this specially. It can just do Ironbound Pursuit. It's going to kick Maximus in the chest again. Dex save?
Bastards!
Bastards. All right, it kicks you into the wall. You take 27 bludgeoning damage and are knocked prone. But that's the red cap's turn. That was its full movement. Rania.
They try to hold off on using spells for the big fight, but I don't think I'll have much of a choice. Let me look at what I have.
You're little bastards.
Yeah, that's kind of the point.
Gonna be their creature name in my mind now.
Honestly,
there-
little bastard is valid.
Do they seem like they're actually mushrooms, or is it just the way their hats
No,
are?
it's just the way their hats are shaped. They're meant to look like mushrooms.
So they're not plant creature or magical plant?
No, they look like fae.
What? It's crazy.
Oh
which one
fuck,
of these
I
does
forgot
more
to cast
damage
Shield of
then?
Faith on myself.
It's so Jover.
Cast Shield of Faith on me, you be based.
No.
It's going to get upcast
Here's
to
what we shot.
7th level, and since it targets one creature, it's going to target both of these with the Zippy Magic.
Oh my
From
god. Okay, so what do
Maximus.
I need to do? Tell me, Dota. I guess con saves to start with. I'll do that. Looks like 1 fail, 1 pass. So what's the damage?
It's 88 by default, and that's level 4, so 98, 10d8, 11d8.
Okay, 11d8 damage.
Holy-
Grania, you extend your hand and you feel power that you haven't felt in years since you were a little kid, and even then you didn't quite know how to use it. The one advantage that you've gained from being outside of the woods is now you can channel that raw power into very spooky spells, whereas before you were doing like, you know, magic missile or other, you know, first level spells you had access to at 7. But yeah, roll 11d8. Holy shit. Okay, 56 necrotic damage. One of the red caps is immediately bloodied. The other one that passed is incredibly hurt. You watch as the skin of the red cap goes pale white and the veins underneath turn a dark black. That is horrifying. Okay. This
Like a
red cap is gonna... What? What'd you say?
These things have a lot of health.
Yeah, they do. This one sprints over and kicks Corvus in the chest. Make a dexterity saving throw.
Bastardy as they are, this is pretty
Hecko?
Sorry. What?
Dex saving throw.
Dex.
Alright, he kicks you in the chest and knocks you prone. You take 24 damage.
Holy damage.
Yep. Alrighty. Now these other red
Something
caps...
this is something I can't shield from. There's no attack roll.
No. Now these red caps are going to attack Primius. They're using their normal attacks now. So, Wicked Sickle, Bleeding Bite. Do any of those hit?
These all miss, I think.
They're advantage.
No. Oh.
20.
Only the Bleeding Bite hits.
Alrighty, well, that's the one that needs to hit. You take 19 piercing damage and need to make a Constitution saving throw.
Minus 19. Con saving throw. I only have a +7 in this.
Well, good. That's pretty good. That's a pass. That's a pass, so we don't have to worry about the rest of that description. Maximus.
Oh boy, is it my turn now?
Yes.
I'm gonna make these little bastards not bastards anymore. Anyway, second wind.
Are you going to stand up?
Oh, well, yes, I suppose.
Okay, you stand up and you second wind.
Yeah, was it D10 plus fucking 11 or something like that?
Yep.
20 damage. Good. And now, I'll just attack that one that's, injured.
Okay.
Sounds good. I get, like, 3 attacks at this level. It's been a little bit.
Yeah, you get 3 attacks. It has been a little bit. It's been like 2 months.
Wham, wham, wham.
Hit, hit, hit.
Bonk. Bonk. Bonk.
Now, that is still halved. Yeah. So 15
Mithril's
divided by 2.
halved.
Yes, Mithril is halved. Yeah. And then that's an 11, so it's 6. All right, cool. Then the red cap down near Primius. It's going to do its full salvo of attacks. It's going to do Wicked Sickle at advantage, Wicked Sickle at advantage, Bleeding Bite at advantage.
And then I'll put Warding Mark on it.
Alrighty. So Blake, you take 21 damage and need to make a Constitution saving throw. To pass again, meeting the number. Corvus.
Sick. There's just these 3, right?
There are 6
From
of
what we
them.
can tell. Wait, 6? Or,
Yeah.
or I just saw.
There is a rock in the way of seeing the other 3, though.
Oh, that's what's happening. That's not a problem at all.
You are
How
prone
about you
at the
help
moment.
me?
Wait, 6? Where's the other 2?
There are
back
4,
there.
yeah, back there with Premius.
Well, Premier's unlucky.
Jesus. So what are you doing?
I'm fireballing.
Okay. At what level?
3rd.
How many creatures does that allow you to sculpt around?
8 Corvus.
Scoped around?
Yeah. Evocation wizard?
1 plus the spell's
Oh, he's
level.
Evo.
Okay, alright. You sculpt the spell
So-
around Grania, Zednius, Maximus, and yourself.
Yep, so I hit all of these 4 without hitting us.
Yep, I'll make some deck saves. All fail.
Nice.
8d6 fire damage.
No, it's 86 plus 5
Oh!
Huge.
from a power litigation.
Archon,
Yeah.
my spell save DC wasn't correct on Blight. It was 18.
Oh, okay. Well, next time.
The one took the full damage.
It should have, yeah.
28 fire damage.
Alrighty,
How do
it's
you-
28 fire
I thought we
damage.
said we found a way to fix that.
Fix what? Your
The
spell save DC thing?
Save DC not shown correctly. It's on my
Uh,
sheet correctly. It's just not on the
Oh,
spells.
okay. I will adjust the red cap health for this thing. I don't know. I don't remember. I don't remember what I did to fix. I don't even remember what the problem was. Alright, 2 of them are bloodied. Premius,
Alright. Well,
you are getting... Yeah, we'll leave that to the
Wow.
imagination.
Attacked.
Yeah, we'll say that. Attacked, yeah.
I think I'll cast Shield of Faith and disengage up to here.
Okay. Alrighty.
Isn't that just another chance to like wallop you with that one ability they have?
Yep, Zednius, what are you doing?
Oh, okay.
It's better than
Standing
getting
up.
absolutely rended outside of fireball range.
Alright, you stand up.
Blast the guy in my face 3 times.
Okay, based. Hit. Miss.
This is wrong. Hold on, something's wrong because it should
It's
be
not
adding
adding
my
your
charisma,
charisma?
to these attacks. Yeah.
Why is... Wait,
This is
don't you have disadvantage if they're melee?
No,
Partly correct.
Or do
I
you
don't
have
know
crossbow
Marvin's
expert?
World.
he doesn't have crossbow expert. I just don't use that rule.
Ah.
Except for with bows.
So wait, I'll try and fix this.
Yeah.
I don't know why it disappeared.
I don't know. Okay, so how much extra damage would that be? 10 across the 2 attacks that hit?
Yeah.
Alrighty. Cool. Then, yeah. This red cap, the one right here, is going to burrow into the ground and is out of the initiative. Alright, the one next to Zednius is going to go now. He will take his full attacks against Zednius. Wicked Sickle, Bleeding Bite.
Miss hit. Or the first one hits.
Yeah,
I mean,
12 slashing. This other one that you marked, Maximus, burrows into the ground as well. No, actually, disengages, runs into the wall.
Rip Bozo, I don't think that works, question mark?
Why can't he disengage?
He can't disengage, you're right, it's pole armor, it's the other one that does
Classic.
that. Carry on.
Grania.
I don't know what fixed it, but I just changed my spellcasting modifier to something else and then changed it back and it worked, so.
roll 20.
Pass it.
I'm gonna move closer to Maximus just in case they come back out, and then for now I will. Can I even hit target either of these two or no?
The one that is directly
I
through
think you could
Premius,
get
no, the
this
other one you
guy.
can, though.
Okay,
Yeah, Yogi got it.
Because they're small.
They are indeed.
I'll target this one then and hit it with 3 Eldritch Blasts.
What, Yogi,
Alright.
why is the Eldritch Blast adding the charisma twice? To attack
Is
instead
it?
of damage?
I
It's supposed
fixed
to
it.
be,
yeah.
yeah.
Only the last one.
I
hit?
did it
yeah, only
wrong.
the
I
last
fixed
one
it
does.
though.
Oh, Jesus
It's fixed
Christ!
now.
14. Woo! Alrighty. This red cap is next to Corvus, so he's gonna do Wicked Sickle, Bleeding Bite. Corvus, does I assume a 17 and 22 both hit?
Yeah, but as soon as the 17 hits, I'm gonna shield.
Okay, so does the 22 still hit?
Yep.
Alrighty, make a Constitution saving throw and take 14 damage.
Minus 14. Let's save.
All right.
Are we within the aura?
wait, no,
aura? Aura
what
range.
is it? That is
30,
plus.
or is it 10?
That's
You would
plus
be within
3,
his aura.
so it's a 16.
That passes. Alrighty. This red cap is going to sprint forward and kick Corvus in the chest. Dex saving throw.
Does your aura apply here as well?
Yeah. At every
That's a
saving throw.
pass. So he hurls. Oh my god. That's too loud.
Yeah, it's way too loud.
Yeah, Jesus
What was
Christ.
that?
That was terrifying. He hurls past you and then spins around for another kick to the chest. Strength saving throw, Corvus.
All the saving throws, holy.
Yeah.
That is also plus 3.
Holy. Actually
Passes.
saved me on 3
That means it
saves.
passes.
It's true. Yeah, it passes.
Yep.
Maximus.
Oh, my turn again?
Yep.
Okay, I'll come over here. And I think you boys know what's about to happen.
I don't.
Oh, really?
I could never guess.
I
You're
know.
gonna cast a
It's
spell.
so hard. Bonk, bonk, bonk.
Whoa!
So it's
Hit.
25 and a 22, yeah. Wham, bam, bonk.
4, 5, 4. Alrighty.
I don't know.
This red cap is
Oh,
gonna.
no, I'll mark that one.
Okay. This red cap sprints forward, and as it saw its two compatriots miss their leaping kicks, will simply wicked sickle, bleeding bite.
Yeah, the first one obviously hits.
Alrighty. 22 damage.
Yep.
Yeah, 22. Corvus.
I'm very much more than bloodied.
Yeah.
Well,
Time to sculpt some spells.
yeah.
Fire Schmall.
Yeah, fireball. It is that simple at fourth
Okay,
level.
you snap your fingers and throw a fireball at your feet. Flames explode across the tunnel. Thorns ignite into fire, and your compatriots are fine. So, wow.
Create heat.
Does it what?
Not create heat.
It does create heat,
So how are we not being...
because he's sculpting it around you, including the heat.
I see.
Alrighty. Yeah, that hits all of them, so roll your 86. Or it would have hit them anyways, but it's full damage on all.
96 because I'm upcasting level 1 level.
Okay.
Otherwise I can't sculpt the spell around. Also I have no more 3rd level slots.
Okay. 2 of them are now bloodied. Primius.
Yeah, back to the good old, excuse me for a moment. There you go. Oh yeah,
Hit,
that's a
hit.
smite, baby.
Crit
Let me
smite.
just roll that. Oh, I think. Let me look at my spells. Oh yeah, that's a 2nd level.
Oh yeah, that's a smite, baby.
Oh yeah, that's a smite.
Alrighty. The tunnel fills with white light, and a moment later, there is a charred corpse of a red cap.
Well,
Unfortunately, you
I
can't do
guess-
the other 2 attacks because you already moved and then you did your 3 attacks, so you're just stuck there.
Yeah, I'm just gonna roll them anyway.
Okay,
'cause
you
they're
stabbed the
fine.
corpse multiple times. Zednius.
What does the arrows mean on this guy in front of me?
He's marked by Maximus, so he can only attack Maximus.
Well,
Basically.
He could attack Zinnius.
Technically.
But it's disadvantage if he does.
Yeah.
I think
He
so,
probably
yeah.
won't.
But it would be not disadvantage because he's flanking.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna, I'm gonna attack this one still.
Alrighty.
Which you get advantage on.
Well,
What?
I'm spellcasting, so no.
Alrighty. You
I don't
kill
think
him.
It didn't seem to matter very much. Yep,
You
there you go.
blast his face inward, and the bloodied corpse of the red cap falls. Grania.
I will move down to here.
Alrighty.
The thing's
Wow.
coincidentally.
Yeah, I can move here instead. Attack him, Eldritch Blast.
Okay. Miss, hit, miss. Or hit, yeah. Miss, hit. Alrighty. Dead. Alive. Okay. This one is going to Wicked Sickle, Bleeding Bite on Corvus. All of which miss. It'll kick Zendius in the chest.
Prometheus is not within range. It's a strength.
Yep.
Good luck.
Nope.
Fuck.
All right, you're knocked prone. Maximus.
Oh, it's no damage on that one. That's good.
That is a solid wall.
I don't think you can row through the rock.
The rock. I see.
You should be able to go through this, though, right? You can go through ally spaces as long
Yeah,
as you don't
that
end
should
there
work.
with
Yeah,
double
that would
movement.
be all of his movement, but yeah.
That'd be all my movement, which is fine. That's where I'm trying to go.
Sure.
Okay. I'll attack that one that we're flanking.
Cool.
Attack. Bonk, bonk, bonk.
Hit.
Ooh, big one.
Bonk, bonk.
Wow,
Alrighty.
what a crit.
This last remaining red cap is going to bleeding bite onto Corvus, miss, and then he is going to leap into the pool of blood of the red cap next to him and disappear.
What?
You heard me.
that he did move 5 feet for though.
No.
Yes.
What?
No, it's the pool of blood. The pool of blood can spread beyond the boundaries of the square.
Okay.
I don't know why you just moved. It's not. I didn't even. Oh, it's your turn next. Ah, he's reading
I
ahead.
got stepped.
Yeah.
Alright.
It's not your turn. It's just your turn.
Well, I didn't know it was your turn. I didn't know.
I got skipped. Hello.
Oh, that's why. That's why. I was, yeah, because it was
Oh,
Corvus's
okay.
turn. I was like, wait. I didn't, yeah, of course. What are you doing?
My apologies.
How tall is this pillar slash?
It goes all the way to the
sidewalk?
ceiling. It's made out of thorns and roots.
How tall is the ceiling?
10 feet.
Fuck up. Be based.
Okay, not tall at all.
No.
Are you gonna attack the
Action.
cloak?
Action disengage,
Okay.
and I'm walking up to all the way to the ceiling.
Okay. It doesn't help at all, but okay. 'Cause
Well,
you're 5 feet
how tall is this
so-
guy?
He's like 3 feet, but he can jump really fucking far. You
Yeah,
saw that.
but if I'm sideways,
yeah, he can just jump and stab you.
Wait,
Yeah, I'm gonna
if
walk a bit further
Corvus
then.
is up in the air and he gets kicked prone, he's gonna fall all the way to the floor.
That is also
so in
true.
that case, I'll just walk like along the wall. I'll just walk like this.
Now that works. Yeah, you just move over
So I'm
there.
like standing on the wall over here.
Yeah, that works.
How does that help?
Primius.
Oh, okay.
Okay. You want me to roll new ones?
No, that's
or
fine. Miss, hit, and then make another one. Miss. Alrighty, 7 for 18. Zemnia's.
I'm gonna blast him. Stand up and blast him.
Alrighty. Miss, hit, miss. Oh, no, hit. I thought it was a 13. Gwania.
I will move to Beyond and do the same thing.
Okay.
Well, maybe not here. Just be safe.
This poor creature.
I don't know about poor at all. My poor health.
This poor bastard.
Hit, miss, miss. Alrighty, the creature remains standing, and on its turn, it basically just it does the thing where Homer disappears into like a fern bush. It just does that. It disappears into the thorn wall as it's absorbed by its surroundings. You guys are alone.
Are there attacks of opportunities on that?
No, it's disengaged.
Right.
The tunnel goes quiet.
I'm gonna
Well, that was
lay on
interesting.
hands myself.
I need some healing.
I'll nod.
Like,
Grania, you crouch down and look at these two bodies. Redcaps, at least in your mother's forest, were the first to lose their minds from the growing corruption. They were expelled almost before any other Fae because
Or the
they were able to
Zero
heal
0.5.
the whispers. So, where to now?
Granny's gonna hold out her healer kit and kind of just motion to each person
Yeah.
in the party.
Bro, yeah,
I'll
take
step
that.
forward. Yeah.
I need healing badly.
How many rolls? 3.
Sounds like
What?
it. Yeah.
Yeah. Who's who?
First one Corvus, second one Primius, third one Maximus.
Oof.
Ooh.
Also, Corvus, you got 25 from Primius.
Oh, I did?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I missed that.
He said it while I was talking.
I thought, yeah, I just had 25. I thought I was to himself.
No.
No, I split all of it between us.
Oh. Thank you. A lot better. No longer bloodied.
As you guys sit there, repairing after the encounter, you watch as the bodies of the two red caps fade into the pools of blood that they're in and just basically disappear from the battlefield.
I poke through the blood into the ground below them.
Poke the ground.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's odd. Why can't things just behave normally?
Can I press the digitation the blood pool away?
Sure.
So that I'm just like worried it's gonna like get more and then it's just gonna come out of the blood pool.
Sure. Yeah, you clean off the blood pools from the ground. It's a thick, potent, like viscous red blood. Dark, dark red.
Hey, Alex, I have a question.
Hey, Blake, I have an answer.
If someone, yeah, this is a dumb question. If someone is about to say my name, could I command them to stop or like silence?
How are you going to know that they're about to say your name before and still have time to cast a 6-second spell?
Yeah. I forgot it was 6 seconds to cast the spell.
Well, it's not fully 6, but yeah, it's not a reaction.
Well, it is an action, so it literally is 6 seconds. It's just you can also do other things while also
a turn is 6 seconds, right?
Yeah, and you can only do one action per turn, so.
Yeah, but you can also do a bonus action.
Yeah, you can do it while you're talking, but you're still talking. It still takes 6 seconds.
Yeah, talking is like a free action.
Yeah. Alrighty.
So you're saying that if you wait, does that mean that if you're Eldritch Blasting and at the same time you're casting Misty Steps in the same turn, which is entirely legal, that means you're
merging
casting
the two
at the
spells
exact
together.
same time?
Yeah, yep. You're using your immense arcane power to merge the two together into a combined cantrip.
I didn't know that's a thing.
Yeah. Alrighty. So, are we just continuing forward through the tunnel?
Yeah.
Alrighty. As we move forward, the Fluttering One disappeared during that fighting. To the rest of you, he just went invisible. He's vibing with you now, Grania. But you don't really need his guidance anyways. As you continue along the tunnel, it begins to grow narrower and narrower and narrower until eventually you're starting to stoop. And soon enough, you'll need to get on your hands and knees. And the floor here is also made of thorns. So anyone who is not wearing heavy armor, if you'd like to proceed forward, you're going to start taking some damage.
Like you sound like the guy who was
Yeah,
throwing the
boy.
pot. Exactly that one.
Yeah.
So what's making us take damage?
The fact that you're crawling across a floor made of thorns, yeah. So anyone that doesn't have heavy armor, you're going to start taking 1d4 damage for every 100 feet you crawl through this. So is that everyone but Maximus?
Yeah.
Okay.
Wait.
I'm waiting.
Does mage armor count as...
Heavy armor? No.
No. I was just wondering if there's a way I can somehow get my way out of this. Maybe by using my bedroll as like cold string?
Well, no, because it's on literally all sides. It's on the floor, it's on the walls, it's about like every surface that you could possibly leverage is made of thorns.
Wraps himself.
And we have to crawl? I don't think I want to go in here, guys.
Then where do you want to go?
There's some better way.
I don't think I can do it.
What do you mean you can't do it? I mean, it's gonna hurt, but...
Tight, narrow tunnel.
I don't think I can get in there. It's too small.
Would armor of Agatha protect me, or is that
definitely not? Because that's not even armor at all. That's metaphorical armor.
Ah.
What do you mean?
So how do you know armor of Agatha's? What the fuck? That's an evil ass spell.
That's a conquest spell.
Holy shit!
Yeah.
That's crazy.
You just learn it as an Oath of Conquest person.
That's limited to warlocks. Okay, anyways. Yeah, I think as you guys are all like patting up your knees, because you can reduce some of the incoming damage. You're like patting your knees, you're using your bedrolls to like stuff your shirts, you're just armoring up to go into this basically pain tunnel that's gonna rip you to shreds. Zednius is not doing any such preparations.
You not planning on joining us there, Zednius?
Ready is gonna immediately put her hand over Maximus's mouth.
What the fuck, dude?
Oh, fuck! Damn it! Oh shit.
You notice as you look around, just quickly casting a glance, that horde of 40 Fae that stopped following you earlier, There's a couple that are here. There's 2 little pixies and a single fairy, and one of the pixies giggles.
Uh-oh.
Granny is gonna very sternly sign no names.
She uses her lips. The fairy mouths the words, Sednius.
What did you do?
Luckily for you, that's actually not your full true name, but when you see the little pixie say your name, it makes a chill run down your spine.
Yeah.
I mean, does it matter if we say it again?
Don't say my name.
I'm just wondering, like, theoretically.
Just
I'm not
start
gonna.
No, just test it. Say everyone's names.
No, I'm good, actually.
I'm just gonna
Okay.
say the whole name of everyone in here.
Yeah, can I see your passport, please?
This is your way of dealing with Permeus. You just say his full legal name. Oh man. Okay. Well, Sednius.
No, but it's too. It's too cramped. I can't go in there. It's too small. Just let me know when you're on the other side. Maybe I can teleport in.
Hey.
I can't go in there.
It'll be all right. Okay.
You see sweat gathered on his brow. Motherfucker is shaken.
I'm like taking steps back. I don't want to go in here.
Yeah.
I can't. It's too
Granny is
much.
gonna try to lean towards Maximus out of sight or out of line of sight of Zednius inside. Calm him? Question mark.
I'd
I have an
chance of
idea.
failing. All right. So, is it you scared of tight spaces? I know
I don't want to go in there.
a lot of people.
Wait, I have an idea. We
Okay.
put you lay down in your bedroll, close your eyes, and we put a rope around the bedroll, and then our big
I
fellow
think
over
Chuck
here
in the bedroll's even worse.
pulls you through it.
It's terrifying.
You just close your eyes and you pretend nothing's happening.
So, there's nothing to be ashamed of. All right.
Just let me know when you're on the other side. I can teleport in.
What if it's longer than 30 feet?
It's 300. It shouldn't be 300. You would die, right?
Hoping over 12 damage.
I don't think
It's
so.
not the
So,
damage.
We have someone who can calm you. I'll look at Grania. Is that be acceptable? I know what you're
I don't know if
feeling
it'll work.
now. It's just fright, right? You're just scared. I get it. But again, we got someone who can calm you, make it feel like it's going to be okay.
Can I like crouch down and try to just exactly parallel with the tunnel, just shoot a fireball through it to see if it's longer than 120 feet?
It's longer than 120 feet. It's longer than 150 feet because you get an additional 30 feet of light from the glow of the firebolt.
I mean,
And it does get tighter. Here, you only need to be stooping at the part of the tunnel you're at now, but you can see that by the time of where your firebolt was, you are like basically belly crawling through thorns, tearing up your hair, your head, your arms, your chest. Every inch of your body would be getting scoured.
Granny will turn away from Zednius again to Maximus and say, maybe not, won't last long.
I'll look at Granny and go, is there any alternative way?
Can
you ask your friend?
Can you open it up like you did earlier to get in here? Make it wider?
Granny is just going to kind of look towards the fluttering one.
The fluttering one will, fly out to the branches and then reappear next to the other fairies and pixies that were watching over you. Those 3 seem to recognize that the fluttering one is something else, and so they leave, leaving just the fluttering one sitting on a thorny branch. And he will say in Sylvan, "This is the seal to the gate. I can't touch it. I mean, you can feel it in your chest, how close it is. I can feel it even more. I feel stronger than I've felt in years. But I can't open a seal like that.
There's only one way through. Your offering of blood is what opens it.
Granny will look back to the rest of the group and sign. I don't think there's any other way.
That tunnel is really
Does the
deep. They might
fluttering
kill
one
us.
speak Sylvan or does it telepathic Sylvan?
Speaks Sylvan.
So then maybe if you use your blood, it'll open more, and I can go.
Hey,
You speak
I'll-
Sylvan?
He speaks Sinvalin, which is a different language.
Never mind. Sorry. I mixed
Yeah,
them up.
no, you're good. You're good. I was just making sure.
I'll walk up to him. You've done harder things for the Empire. You've literally died in service to the
Yes.
Empire. This is nothing. It's
This
just
is
pain. You've
this
done
is
that
just as
before.
bad. I can't do it.
Yes, you can. Right, this isn't as bad. I promise. It's gonna hurt.
Before we go, I'm gonna take 10 minutes to inspire myself up to do this with Inspiring Leader.
Yeah, I mean, Maximus, you can see the look in Zednius' eyes, and this is not the look of someone who's like, oh, he's a little bit sheepish, a little bit shy, like, oh, maybe it can be convinced. This is like, you just see doom. Like, this is an actual war expression, because this is not like a phobia, this is like Zednius fucking died, like, actually died, permanently, and he remembers echoes of that dead place, and, yeah, to convince him is going to require something more than a pep talk, unfortunately.
Well, that's about all I can give, so.
Yeah, you've seen the look of this on soldiers where you tell them, like, no, you
I've
need to
given
be
us
on the front
all
line of the
16
unit.
temp HP.
All right, 16 temp HP, everyone.
I will go over to Maximus. I'll just knock on his shoulder and like try to give him like a sign, like, can we talk in a sec without him hearing?
Did I miss something?
Walk over to the corner, I suppose.
Can you just knock him out and we pull him through? Is that an option?
That's
You know how robust we all are. It'd take a good few schwacks and that seems like a bad idea.
that seems like
Good call.
way too much.
Mm-hmm. Just that's a if someone could sleep him, that would.
That only works for a minute, and if they take any damage, they wake up.
Oh, yeah, that's right. That wouldn't work. But Maximus wouldn't know that.
Based.
Couldn't any of you cast that?
Is Granny in this conversation or no?
Yeah. You're
she'll
all off to
sign.
the side while Maximus or Zednius is over in the corner hyping himself up, trying to do inspiring leader.
She'll just sign not long enough.
Well, hopefully whatever he's doing over there. Isn't that the thing that makes us all partier?
He's chanting. He's like, I got this. You got this. We all got this.
Maybe that'll do something. So I've seen that look before, and
I think
it's not good.
you're gonna have to calm him,
I
girl.
can't. Oh, didn't you just say that's probably not gonna be long enough?
I mean, I think the idea.
Well, once he's inside, he can't back out.
Oh yeah, he won't be
I mean, I
last.
could-
so-
Yeah, that's not true. Yeah, he literally could physically back out, or he was telling you earlier he has a teleport spell. So
I mean, it seems like unless the thorns get bigger, I'll be fine the whole way there.
It's
Suppose I
that
can
narrow.
See how well, yeah, that
he more so means unless it can penetrate his armor, and if it
Yeah,
starts
armor.
piercing plate, you guys are fucked.
Oh yeah, then we're just fucking dead.
yeah, like I'll
Then I'm done dimension drawing all of there. That's for sure.
Real.
I can probably go through there as many times as need. I can at least see how long it is.
Oh,
that would
yeah.
help if we know it's short.
Yeah, that would help actually.
Okay.
Um,
Maximus, do you get in your hands
wait.
and knees?
Yeah, I'll put my visor down and start the crawl.
could you?
Oh yeah, wait.
And I'll give him I'll pull out my steel mirror and I'll give it to him, and he still has light in his shield.
Yep.
And I say, I'm going to be looking down the tunnel. If you've reached the end, could you try to, with a steel mirror, give me a signal with a light?
If it's a straight tunnel, sure.
This light,
Assuming it's a straight tunnel.
light only goes so far. I can try though. I suppose yeah, focusing, using the mirror to focus the light, I can try. Or I can just come back.
Yeah, I'm just... Okay. Just so we have a rough idea how far it is.
I mean, you'll see me go down.
Yeah.
You won't be able to see anything in between, but you should see, me for so long as it's straight. You should be able to see the light for the whole way down.
Yeah.
Right, Alex? That's how light works, right?
That is indeed how light works. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. All right. You start to crawl into the tunnel. You feel the thorns scrape against your gauntlets. It's almost like the nails on chalkboard type sound from your perspective, because the top of your helm is getting scratched against, and soon enough you go from hands and knees down to basically like just hands, down to you are basically like fully flat, using your hands exclusively to pull forward. Luckily, the floor is like kind of lumpy because it's made of vines, so you're able to pull on the vines going forward. You're about 100 feet in, and progress gets slow. You have to start using your feet to push yourself like an inch forward at a time. You use your hands to pull yourself forward. You can feel at this point what's hurting you more than the thorns, because they're doing nothing, is the compression. Each breath is actually kind of hard just because of how tight the tunnel is getting. You're getting to the point where like you're starting to wonder if you're going to get stuck in here. Like there's just this piece of metal just wedged in the tunnel. They can't get you out. It'd be so tight. But then
The nutty cave incident.
yeah. Yeah. But then,
Oh no.
your hands, which are held out in front of you to give yourself leverage, the floor gives out beneath them, and you can't lift your head fully because just how tight the tunnel is. Your head's like pointed straight down, so you use your hands to just pull yourself out, and it feels almost like you're giving birth to yourself. Like it's a hard thing, and you're not grabbing anything. There's like the tunnel in front of you is just gone. You're like pulling on the walls basically that are closer to you to pull yourself out, and then you fully tumble out. And by the time that the clanking stops and you're sitting upright again, your vision is almost blinded with how bright it is. The thistle patch didn't want you here. That much is clear. And as you look up, you can see that you're in another one of those caverns, a huge open clearing, maybe 100 feet by 100 feet, massive in size, and light streaming down through these great big holes in the thorny ceiling above. And in the center of this opening, you can see a towering creature, almost 15 feet tall, made of viney thorns.
Huh.
Only Maximus went through Dota, so no damage.
Oh, okay.
I think she might have underplayed it a little bit.
Yeah, so that was about 200 feet.
Okay, he said he could teleport 300, right?
Yeah.
All right. Let's
You hold
head
up
on
the
back.
mirror and you signal with it with the light stone, and at the far end of the tunnel, you see this very faint, almost pinprick of light, Heko, flashing.
Do you have any way to judge distance over that?
More than 150, less than
My
something.
intelligence.
Intelligence? I think that's difficult. It's within line of sight, so I don't know if that helps, but he made it through.
Alright, you made it through.
He made it through.
The question is, how far is it?
I mean, you can always
Doesn't
shout,
look-
but there is that thing like 100 feet behind you.
It looks far,
That's
but not insanely far.
I did it once. It was uncomfortable. I can do it 2 more times. That's not a big deal.
Yeah?
Oh yeah.
It didn't hurt. It was just uncomfortable. So
True.
whatever.
I think Granny will just start going through.
Okay, Grania, the
Yeah.
moment you go inside, your palms start to bleed as you prick it against the thorns. As you get deeper, your head starts to bleed as it pricks into your head. This is probably the worst experience of your life, especially with Primius in behind you. You don't have like the moments of rest that Maximus did. And when you get onto your chest, you feel, your breast, your stomach, your sides, every fucking inch of your body is being stabbed by thorns and it's drawing blood. And is this going to kill you? Maybe not, but my God, is it horrible. And when you get fully under your belly and you can see the light ahead of Maximus, you have to close your eyes and cover them with your fingers to prevent your eyes from getting poked out by these thorns. And over the course of this journey, you will be taking 34 piercing damage as you just bleed into this seal.
Eventually, though, you get near the end, your arms sort of flail out of the hole, and Maximus can yank you through, which is agony. I mean, it is literally it's just 100 thorns tearing into your clothing, into your body, into your flesh underneath, drawing blood, long scratches going from basically the top of your torso down to the tips of your toes. But you made it through. Same for Premius. You take 25
I'm not
piercing
going
damage.
through.
You literally said you were going through right behind her, word for word. Is that how else are you going to get through?
What?
How are you
I was
going to
looking-
get through the tunnel?
You know,
Does
fine.
someone want to? If someone
Alright.
waits with me, I can bring them across if it's not too far.
Well, Prometheus
That's
and
what I was
Grania
gonna
went
do.
into the tunnel. It's just you and Corvus on this side now.
Yeah,
Wow.
All right.
let's teleport to the other side.
Do y'all know where to teleport to?
Well, we know
There's
the
not any
direction.
change in elevation, right?
Yeah, we know the direction. It seems to be fairly straight.
We
From
know
what
it's
I
more
can
than
tell.
150, less than what? Less than 300?
Well, you don't have a
I
lesser
don't know if
than
it's less than
bound.
300.
Yeah, you just how far do you want to teleport the full 300 to be safe?
I'm gonna
Alex,
see
I
if-
did,
well,
I
if
did
Premius-
say I started on
if-
my way back.
Well, Prometheus and Grania were climbing through, so they would have had quite a while. While
Is
those
there
two
any
are...
way for me to like
No, I don't think there is.
triangulate fucking and
I don't
fucking?
think there is. I'm recalling this one. There's this one experiment used to count whether that to figure out whether the Earth is flat or not. You basically can figure out the
The
curvature.
light
The
itself.
light one, and it's not like they didn't know how far the light was. The only way they were able to do it is by figuring out the distances and then using the light. I don't think seeing a light source. I don't know if there's any way that you can determine its distance if it's literally just the light and nothing else. Like if you don't have like the ability to move laterally, like basically any power of triangulation. So I don't know if that's even possible.
I'll just wait till the other two come out and then head back in.
Okay, well, that takes a while, so while you're waiting, Zenius and Corvus. What are you doing?
Well, we see the big light lit up Maximus slowly coming
Yeah,
closer,
you can
right?
see him grinding back through slowly.
Okay. If we wait for Maximus, he can tell us how far it is, and then we can teleport.
Okay. Granny, on the other side of the entrance, as you sit there binding your many, 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 many wounds, in the center of the chamber beyond, you can see the Guardian. It is a familiar creature to you. You never saw them fight, but the Mother of Groves had several of them within her boundary. They are thorn golems. Functionally, as far as you know, they're immortal in the sense that they cannot die unless something about the conditions around them change. Though, again, you never saw them fight anything, nor were they particularly intelligent. They were just guardians against mostly other Fae, not really the corruption. And by the time that you had fled, none of them had actually done much. They largely just sat in
Did I
open
make a
clearings.
reasonable assumption that blight would actually be able to damage it?
Maybe
Or kill it,
fire
since it
would, maybe
basically
other
withers
things
the
would.
plants?
Yeah, they are plants, so fire, blight, maybe, but certainly not like it was expected that they would be able to defeat almost any Fae arrayed against them. Eventually, though, Maximus, you emerge to the other side. Going back through is actually easier because it just gets easier over the course of it rather than getting tighter. So that's kind of nice, I guess. And you emerge from the other side covered in sweat, having traversed this tunnel twice. And you look up at Zednius and Corvus.
How far is it?
About 200 feet or so. Definitely not 300 though.
Any notable
Less-
terrain or changes in elevation on the other side?
It drops about 4 feet, Alex.
Yeah.
The tunnel drops out to the floor about 4 feet down, but so long as you're prepared for it, you should be good not to break an ankle or anything. But yeah, the tunnel gets thinner as you go through.
How open is it on the other side?
It's a massive chamber down there
Oh, okay, good.
with a commensurately massive creature.
That's good.
That's good.
But yeah, you should, if you can teleport 300 feet in any direction, as long as you do it straight down that tunnel, it'd be good.
Okay. Well, Maximus, you get back on your hands and knees and
Uh,
you start doing
uh-huh.
you start crawling back through.
Let's go.
Yeah, Corvus and Zednius.
Is there anything else to say, or are we just teleporting?
I feel like me and him have sort of an understanding that we both shouldn't be speaking ill of each other right now.
Yeah, you and Corvus?
So yeah, I think after, he started backing me up at the big Primius wants to kill me.
He did do
So
that, yeah.
I won't say it out loud. I think it's best unspoken.
Okay, well then.
And then I'll say, whenever you're ready.
Go ahead.
You cast Dimension Door.
Dimension Door. 250 feet across, 4 feet down.
250
Isn't that a
feet.
bit
Okay.
far?
Well, he said it's less than 300, but more than 200, so
Yeah, how about 220?
it's too late now.
All right, you
Yeah.
teleport 250 feet forward. I'll move us to a map in a moment here.
Uh-oh.
So, I'd like to describe the room for mostly Grania and Primius. The room beyond is covered with greenery, rolling hills, and trees. Similar to when you first entered the cavern containing Slupka, it takes you a moment to comprehend the size of the chamber you're in. In the center of the chamber is something you have a hard time understanding. It is like past portals you've seen, a tear in reality of space to make passages into other realms. But this portal has no hard edge. When you look into its center, you can almost feel like you see a line, but when you look otherwhere, in the edges of your vision, the portal seems to disappear. It is, like the Fey realm itself, hard to quantify where it begins and ends. It seems more an aura expanding from a point rather than a single portal. But the most obvious thing are the living vines in the center of it. And as you, Zednius and Corvus, teleport into the chamber, that brings you within, one could say, spitting distance of this towering golem. And we're going to take a quick 5-minute break because we need to discuss something real quick. And we may be right back. Well, we will be right back. Alrighty. Well,
I think the premise. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
I think that's all. We're going to have to leave it off there as you spot the Thorn Golem. Next week, we'll deal with the portal leading to the Fey Realm and the details of this colossal fight, but it is much longer than the last couple minutes we have left, so we'll save that for next week. Any final things to say before we head out?
Yeah, Chowder, you're my favorite Twitch viewer. Kazix, you're my favorite YouTube viewer. I see your comments every single time, and they always make me laugh.
Champ.
Thank you guys.
Pog champ. Alrighty. Well, thank you very much. And we'll see you next week.
Hold on. Did Dota have something?
Oh yeah, Dota?
They're just in character. I think she was going to sign to Primius and Maximus. Not sure how well we'll do damaging it, so try to use things like fire, acid.
I'll nod.
Yeah, Maximus has so much of that shit.
Oh yeah,
Just
I'll see you
light
guys
some
next
He's
arrows
week.
on acid all the time.
Yeah.
Beat it
Light
with
some
a-
arrows on fire.
Does that work?
We'll see. Either way, it'll be a colossal fight. So see you guys next session. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.